I was doing stuff on my
Hello,
side.
everybody. Hello, everyone. We're live. And also, as you may see, it's me and Colin in one room. We kissed. And this is not Eli. This is a woman. Hi.
Is it not the other?
Woman.
Wait, where is it?
It depends on
Other side.
my perspective. It's the one with the helmet.
With the helmet.
Also,
yes.
We do have Russell.
That is just pasty white men legs. There is a dog in the background for all the audio listeners, though.
He did have tooth inspection, so he is a little bit drugged up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that correct?
If there's the preview, by the way, we don't have to have, if the sound we don't have to have the sound on for it.
Wow.
If we're not.
I'll just
Oh.
squat.
Is there not
Yeah.
another chair?
No, I'm
chair?
afraid not.
Fine. That means I can reach down and pet the dog. which
True.
is-
To be fair, also, we have a little plinth now, so Russell may, if he's feeling brave, go up the plinth and sit with us, but we'll see.
Hell,
Yeah,
this
good
is
boy.
fine down here anyways. This dog is the reason I came to this country. Everything else has been incidental.
There he is.
It's just a very.
Russ.
You gonna
Funny
answer
ironic
the
title.
questions, chat?
You famous, Bubby?
Wait.
Your questions? What is happening? Exodites? Oh, cool. That'd be neat. Check the website.
Wait, Exodites? What? They've already announced stuff. No way.
Only on the website.
I feel like that defeats the purpose of this entire stream, but
Wait a minute.
when has GW done anything right?
What do you mean Exodites are real?
Warhammer.com.
I don't see that. Am I?
Warhammer 40k, Xenos armies. I'm not seeing anything.
I'm not seeing anything yet.
There's a
Maybe they're just
community
playing with
page.
us. Maybe they're playing with us. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Just gaslighting.
And he get blanket. Why?
Fair, but
You want to be famous, Russ?
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
Elite gaslighting. You're
Elite.
actually feeling really cool right now, guys. It's not like the hottest day in the UK so far in the year.
it's fine.
Well, apparently it's, that infamous 70s heat wave. This is like nabbish. This is even worse than then. In
Can't
Guernsey, there is a dog with a cone out there. This week in Guernsey was the hottest day on record since 1927 or something like that. So,
Jesus.
well, it's boiling to death. How are
Wait,
you?
Hal's reminded me that I've got Pims in the fridge. Hang on.
Yes,
This is
drinks.
important.
Is there any
I've been on
feedback coming
Pims
from
for
the-
days, man. It's non-stop. There's nothing
So we're
else
on
you can
stereo
do.
It's a
Yeah.
good choice. I'm afraid this isn't alcoholic, though. This is just water and cranberry juice because
And
I've already gone through a lot of drinks.
we're on the Henry. We're on the Henry. There you go.
Mm. Cheers, boys.
That was crisp.
That was.
Chat.
Jed is here.
Shout out to the people who are in Europe at the moment. Are any of you guys sunburnt at the moment? And everyone in America, is it like, well, yes, it's enormous, isn't it? But like, is it pissing it down at the same time?
I'm gonna give you half an olive branch and half of an insult. I will give that the heat is quite oppressive.
Yeah.
It's not the worst ever, though.
No, but you are also still kind of pussies.
Yeah, I think it's because there's no aircon. That's the thing.
I vacationed in Florida all the time, dude. I spent a summer in a shack with some friends with no AC.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair. Florida's Florida.
The shack was in Milwaukee. No, not Milwaukee. Somewhere in Wisconsin.
Mm.
Do they have a quiz going on their thing? Which Primarch wins?
Yeah.
Wins in a fight against who?
Gilliman. Gilliman.
Cool.
Gilliman. It's Gilliman. What?
The super duper silly book I bought. Yeah.
Billy
That's
Connell.
difficult because the real
Right.
answer is Sanguinius.
The book.
Right.
Yeah, but
Oh.
it's not though, because he's already dead. So he obviously lost
Oh.
already.
Hey, Gilliman. Hell yeah, they picked it.
Wait, the Khan is dead? What?
Yeah. He's a chair somewhere in Camera.
Nope. Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Which one is
So you are a guest in my house. You will not besmirch the
Fair
prom.
enough.
No,
You
I'm-
have however however long
Radukard.
last Eagles description begins. How long is they never tell us?
They never do. It'll probably be like an hour and a half, something like that.
2 hours.
We'll
was
see.
It's normally like an hour and a half. 2 hours is the maximum with technical difficulties. But on their internal timekeeping thing, it's an hour and a half maximum.
Yeah, I got the answer right. Has anyone got any idea if I once again have made the shameful decision of putting my faith in what Valrak says about it's going to be released? So, am I going to get heartbroken or am I going to get, vindicated?
I don't know what he said.
He said multi-part Outrider kit, Captain on bike is at least one of them. Whoever leaks it to him must have already told him the whole thing. Surely. This man has elite levels of like. Do you wonder if it's like someone really high up? I say, or like, is it someone who is like intentionally done? I always wonder that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was saying to you, God, like, does it build hype? If it's like,
it does a little bit. He's also been wrong about enough that I would also just fully believe he just throws enough shit at the wall and eventually it sticks.
True.
I do remember, like, the crazy bit is like he was saying about the like a kit being
just checking my thumbnail.
Oh,
a kit being like normal Space Marines, but then painted as Blood Angels was obviously Armageddon. But he'd been saying that as a rumor like before even 10th edition dropped. So that was like obviously in the works for ages, which is quite. That would have been over 3 years plus. So that's quite cool.
5 minutes till. Are we going to have technical difficulties at the start, or are we going to give them about half an hour for that?
One of my chats said, "Have we ever seen Valrak and Pancreas no work in the same room?"
We have not seen that.
They do not
Also
look similar.
never seen me in Imperial Fist onesie, so.
Okay, Bubba.
Oh, the poor dogs today. They've been
Feel
suffering.
bad for dogs more than anything. Poor baby.
Yeah, he's had a little op, not a big one, just a checkup more than anything. But he's got the kind of like jowls going.
Love that dog. That dog is an angel.
Oh yeah! As soon as Colin walked in, Russell jumped up and like staring into his eyes, and
I felt more welcomed by that than anything else.
Yeah. So
he's taking the dog back with him. Careful.
You get anywhere and you just hear him bark, 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 bark. So you wouldn't be able to get him on a plane without being noticed. Let's put it that way.
Chapter Master Marnius's Calgar middle name is Obama.
Wow.
Obama.
Obunga. Conor? No.
I
Augustus.
think it might be Connor.
Maybe it is.
Let's
That's all right.
Connor. I have no horse in this race if I'm wrong.
Yeah, there you go. I got the comic somewhere.
I still need to read that.
What do you mean? Manius Calgar died.
Oh yeah, there. You see my Botan sticking out.
The real Manius Calgar died. Remember, guys.
Right.
R.I.P.
Your stream's like a second behind mine. Like a couple of
It'll be quite some time before you get that back.
I don't know how we can't speed the stream up, do we? I don't know what to do.
No, they're also live. We can't.
Oh, you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
The delay's
Better
longer on
streaming
YouTube.
quality.
Okay.
It would be delightful if we could speed this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like if I can, because like YouTube Premium, so you get like the best resolution, no ads, nothing. Just
Yeah.
yeah. Chat. How are you guys? How are you guys doing in chat? Also, I want to say thank you to Shalaxi's Wetters Gripper for
Yes.
$2 saying it's disconcerting to see Colin standing. I kiss you. Wow.
Yeah, why doesn't Colin have a chair?
There's a really, really simple
Why?
explanation. I have one chair in this house. There is a sofa.
What do you have in the
There is
kitchen?
a bed. Nothing. It's like
You don't have a dining
two-aisle-
table?
No.
On
Or like
Monday,
a
I'm
bar
gonna go
stool
back
or
and-
something?
No.
Like a table, like a small table you could like take the stuff off of.
Does Colin want to sit on the stool that my plant is on?
I'm perfectly fine.
What if he
standing
sits
up.
on your lap?
Well, then where's Russell going to sit? If he sits on my lap, I guarantee Russell will bark because he'll get jealous.
In 3 days, I'm going back to my normal life of sit in chair for 16 hours and then sleep. I think I can stand for a bit. I think I can stand that.
I'm just
I
saying.
think it's great because it's like where he's standing, we can only see the bottom half of his head.
It looks like it's a bodyguard.
So
the thing is, it is like, yeah, like.
He actually looks tall for once.
Wow.
Yeah, all right, settle
Damn,
down.
no one. Your biggest haters are your mates. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just going to say, though, like, we don't need a chair in the bedroom because the bed's in there. I need one chair in here for me to sit on. There's no room for a chair in the kitchen. There's a bench in the garden, but that's a garden bench. And then the lounge has a massive sofa. So why would you need a chair?
Also,
I was going to say, Colin, in your setup back home, you should have your camera slightly like wider, like what I do. Because I think when my girlfriend met you, she said actually you look like thinner and taller compared to like how zoomed in your camera is back home. So it might be worth having a bit of a.
I mean,
he looks good in person.
That's not me. That's the $20, Amazon like face cam that I have zero intentions of replacing.
Can't believe Hal's girlfriend called you Chungus. That's really mean.
She didn't
I'm tired muscle. Maybe
Just
I
like,
should have
no,
said you.
It's more like the like regiments of the guard, and there's the commissar nearby just in case, and that's more what it is. It's like
You had like
it's starting soon, people.
Walk around like a Magna
Oh.
Guard. But don't have a stick. Oh, hey, look, that's.
there is a lightsaber without a beam in it. Use it as a truncheon.
We're gonna have those two guys that always do like
Ugh.
elite
Ugh.
level of waffling. You know what? If it couldn't have been more on time.
Oh,
Warhammer
dude,
Preview.
I'm so
I'm Adam
excited to
Jones.
hear
This is
the
Eddie Eccles.
least funny
Would you like to-
commentary I've ever heard.
Yeah, this is going to be a really
Chat,
cool
could
preview.
you let us
We've got
know if this is
loads of
too
different game
loud?
system to show you
Or give us
loads of
an
Warhammer to
audio
talk about.
check
We
for
think
how
about 90
loud
minutes
we
of
are
stuff.
compared
Yeah,
to
it
them.
should run to about that long depending on how fast we talk and how sidetracked we get by all the details.
Fuck, how
But yeah,
long
for
this
the
thing
next
was gonna
hour
be?
and a half or so, we're going to
Hour and
fill
a half?
the
Fuck
air
off.
with loads of cool Warhammer things. We've got things to cover from Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer The Old
Louder?
World, Warhammer
Okay.
Necromunda, Warhammer Blood Bowl, Warhammer Horus Heresy, and Legions Imperialis. Have we forgotten anything?
Kill Team.
Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team.
Yeah.
So loads to go
Loads of
through.
different systems. It's not
Only
every
man who would ever
single
display
system, but we make
openly
there are a
his
few
love for the
systems
Iron
we
Warriors.
couldn't quite
Is that-
squeeze in. So
Oh,
we
Oh,
haven't
I'm
got any Warcrimes
confusing
for you, we
my
haven't got any
stream
Underworld.
because
Or Middle Earth.
they
We haven't
can
got any
hear
Middle
your
Earth. We'll
audio
have
from
stuff
your
on all of
watch.
those
I'm
Yeah,
way
yeah,
louder than
yeah.
everyone else. Let me just...
Absolutely. So keep your eyes on warhammercommunity.com if you want to hear about
How's that?
the news on those as it happens.
How do
Meanwhile,
I
while the
fix
chat
this?
fills up and we get ready to kick off, there's a few things we normally do. The first thing is that we ask people in the chat where you're from. I was looking at the chat as people answered the.
I enjoyed the quiz.
the
It
got
good
fun, right?
Good fun.
Did you get any right? Any
I
wrong?
got all of them right,
Nothing
obviously,
in
Adam.
Very
But
good.
I did also help write the questions, so I did have.
At
I
least
don't
two
know how
right.
to fix
I was
this.
doing all right myself.
Fix
and,
what?
Are you
I
watching it
saw
on your
where
own
people from. Got
thing?
people
You can
from
mute it on your
Texas.
own thing
There's
and then
people from
keep the
all
audio
around the
from
UK,
ours.
lot from Europe as well. I saw
Yeah.
some France and some Germany.
It's just
So
because your
wherever
one
you
is a
are in
little
this
bit behind
global
this one,
Warhammer
so I'd have to
community, welcome to
open
this preview.
the
We're
YouTube
delighted
one.
that you would choose to spend
Or
this
you
time
just
with us.
Yep.
go down
you
a few
doing any
seconds.
hobby recently, Adam?
I
You got like
have.
5
I've
seconds
been
back or
hobby,
so.
but I've been very
I
busy.
can't, I'm not
The weather is
subscribed.
Been a
complete
bit warm, hasn't
anathema
it?
to painting
Yeah.
right now. here
And
in
this
UK.
is
We are
why
getting burninated.
YouTube is the superior
But I have put
platform.
together everything.
Because
that
the
was on the
YouTubers are
space
just
we
like,
decided
yeah,
to
Okay,
this is
let
all
me
good for us.
hear
Nice.
including
YouTube, let's
sort
do
of
that.
dark
Take your
and
bits
dark
elsewhere,
ink, is that a word?
woman.
why not?
The models with some extra details and backgrounds and things
Excuse
like that.
me.
What about you?
Bit of Eldari. Painting some of them.
It was annoying.
Doing a
Gonna
little bit
get
of
us on the
Paragon
list,
on my
aren't we?
painting table at the moment, and
Did you finish your cocktail?
I did finish my cog fort. Yes,
Perfect.
I had a good time with that.
As
But I
you
did
want.
loads of
It was
it.
a walk on, wasn't
Chilling.
It was, yeah.
Nice. So, meanwhile, the other thing I've been doing to fill a little bit of my hobby time is I've been sort of theory hammering some army lists,
Wasting our time.
using the Warhammer 40,000
Yes,
app.
yes.
And I've been
Fresh
looking at.
time.
I saw somebody had made a
Does
really
anyone
interesting
wanna
little
see any
video on
Monopoly money?
Instagram or somewhere about how you could use the Fulgurist
Yeah, I gave you some
detachment, which is
Monopoly
like
money.
land speed eccentric, and so
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out
Check
how
this
to use
out.
that with all of my Raven wings.
Guernsey
Like a very
has a
fast
£1
moving
note.
sort of
Ah,
attacking and deep
feast
striking
your
units.
eyes.
Yeah, a lot of people doing.
That is quite cool.
Fake
on
money.
this theorying.
Yeah, I've been
elements out
caught up
there.
in the wave, I think. What about you?
Yeah, obviously, I've got one list for every single faction in 40K.
And you've played your first official game
I
of the new
played
edition.
one
Oh.
game. One,
You can
one
go
official
follow him
game
if you
of
want,
the
if
new
you're like,
edition so
"Ah,
far,
I'm
with my
bailing."
Eldar against some power.
You are undefeated retirement.
So far, undefeated. Yeah.
Gotta love it. Right. So, as we said, We've got loads of things to talk about throughout the course of this preview. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you have a nice time. We are going to start off the show by going to the grim darkness of the far future, and we're going to talk about some things for Warhammer 40,000.
How is mine still ahead of yours?
Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon, the launch box
they don't know how to
edition,
do
sort of
YouTube
out
properly.
there in the wild. It's worth talking about some of the things
Can
that
you
are
just
coming up.
refresh
And the first thing that we're going to talk about is how
you started now.
Warhammer might get started.
You started.
Warhammer 40,000.
We're trying to drive her insane,
Warhammer
apparently.
40,000 starter set.
Froggy,
So here
are
is
you that
the
keen to be
Warhammer
5
40,000
seconds ahead of the
starter
rest of the
set.
game?
We've got one in the flesh. This is an enormous box and is the perfect way if you've never played Warhammer 40,000 before and want to get started to jump straight into the hobby. Eddie, what can you tell us about
I
it?
don't have
So
YouTube
we
Premium.
did know that some
Will
of
I
the
just
miniatures
get
from
ads
the Warhammer
randomly?
40,000 Armageddon set would be
I don't
available
know.
in other sets in the future.
Well, you'll still hear
This
it
is
from
one
our
of the first
stream
places
if you mute
you'll be able
yours.
to get hold of them.
3,
So in this, you
4.
effectively have
Okay,
a
it's
combat
like 4
patrol of
seconds.
Space Marines
Okay, let me-
painted as Ultramarines, so you paint whatever color you want. You've also got a combat patrol of Orks. You've also got a battlefield of stuff to play across, and effectively
Librarian,
a combat
jump
patrol's
packs,
worth of
captain.
battlefield terrain for combat patrol. So like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it does look quite
Essentially
cool.
Everything you need to
I feel
get
like it's a
started with
new
your
one.
first games of Warhammer 40,000 all in one box. All the models are push fit. The terrain's really easy to put together. It's got the game board and all of the pieces.
Didn't this already get sold?
Terrain on, so you can
This is
play
this
straight
is
out of
the
box if you want to.
yeah,
the
it's also got all the
official
rules
starter
and
set,
everything.
so it's not
absolutely. You've got
Armageddon.
your core rules and
Oh,
then you-
okay.
They're painted in
Model
Ultramarine
in
colours
box.
as well, which
So
is
this is
Yeah.
the
more
first of the
normal.
starter products that we're going to talk about right now. But
It's
there's more
supposed
to
to be
come.
Blood
So,
Angels.
what if you wanted to get started in Warhammer 40,000? You don't want the 2-player launch set, and you just want maybe
Oh, I see.
a starter set which focuses
Colin
on the
is
factions. Well,
lying
this
floor
is
playing with
getting
Russell.
started with Space Marines and is the same combat patrol that you saw.
Why
in
make
So
the
you can
whole
also-
thing about Blood
comes
Angels and
complete
then
with
paint
the
them
paints that you would need to
Ultramarine?
So you can also get a
these models. I think it's
10-man
11 paints in the
plus a
set,
vehicle
so you can
combat
get started
patrol.
right away with the Adeptus Custodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is perfect if you've already got a gaming group.
Why is
they've
Colin
already
and
got their
Andy's
box sets, they've
behind?
split them all up, and you've got an odd
'Cause
number of players, and one of you want Space Marines, you can grab yourself this
he
set
stayed with
and
us
start playing
the other
straight away.
week.
This is your self-contained little
And
starter
he wanted
set
to see
for
Russell.
Space Marines.
It will perhaps surprise nobody to know there is an Orc equivalent of this.
Yes, this is almost exactly the same, but green.
There you go.
So you have the combat patrol for Orcs, then you've got a bunch of
that's
variously Orky paints.
thick
So this is a great
box.
little set if you want to kick off an Orc army.
Fucking
Yeah, and I
hell.
think one of the things to note here, you've already said it, but if you're just looking to sort of join in with an existing group, or maybe just start one of these armies for the first time and you're already in Warhammer 40,000, this really is a great way to do it because you get the paints you need to kickstart that painting process too.
Or if you just have an Orc army and just want loads more
Just want a
boys,
bunch of
just want
reinforcements.
loads
England
more-
chat. How many
no kidding.
people have actually
There's another
bought
way to get
starter
started as
sets
well,
like
which is
that?
this
Hello, baby.
introductory set. And
Pop
I
up.
find this one to be
You're
quite
so
exciting.
clever.
You've got some Space Marines and some Orcs and some paints, and you can have a gaming experience, but it's really sort of
What were you saying?
first steps into the Warhammer 40,000.
Then how many of you guys are
gaming
actually, like,
hobby
bought
experience?
Yeah, it's
the
a little bit of
start
everything. And the
set
thing that's cool about this
Or
to
do you
point
buy
out
it
is
for
that while
someone
the other sets,
to
the miniatures
slowly
are the same
encourage
ones
them
from
to
the
play
Late 40,000
Warhammer?
Armageddon set,
A
these ones
very
are brand
aggressive
new units.
encouragement.
You've got 5 instances in there.
I spent
You've got
70
Space
quid on
Marine
this. You
Lieutenant,
have
been
to
like a whole
do
week
it
since you
now.
haven't used Space Marine Lieutenant, so
Couldn't
you
have come
had
soon
to
enough.
have one. And then you've got a new unit of Orc Boys. Orc Boys are the same kind of unit as the ones you get in Armageddon, but they've got different poses.
To be fair,
And
someone
critically,
from my
you've also
chat
got
bought
some
me a
heavy and
mini
special
and wrote
weapons.
a
Yeah, you've got a
note
big
inside
shooter
of
and
the
a rocket
box
launcher.
saying, I
Absolutely.
bought
So
you
you've got
this,
to
now
add
you
some
have
extra
to paint
cheating
it.
into your big
That's
mobs
very
you can,
aggressive.
and all the characters and new poses as well. So it's quite
So what they're just talking
I like
about
it.
here
Really
are some
excited
slightly
about
different
all the
Space
different poses
Marines.
of intercessors,
We got
particularly
one
these,
from
ones to find them easy to build.
Scared
So I'm
Pepper
hoping somebody will
for £1.
Thank
Thank you
you,
very much.
brother.
Just,
Colin, do you
hinting,
want to
there you
read
go.
this
We're on.
one here?
Right. There's also some
we
paint
get a
sets.
chapter
This is the paint
master.
tool set. This would synergize perfectly with that.
Oh, that's not what I'm
starter
reading.
set where you get combat controls. It's got
Greetings,
13 paints,
LoreCrimes crew. First
clippers,
time
mold
catching
line
you
removal,
guys
tool and
live.
brush,
Hope you
everything
guys-
you need to get
Thank you.
started
Calendar
with your
has been
painting
amazing to
journey.
listen to. Froggy's a
If you've
guest
never
host.
painted
Give yourself
Warhammer
10
models before,
points.
this would be a
Nice.
decent pickup.
Yeah,
Good
this is
reference
a
there.
lovely little set. I started with a set a
How
lot
do you
like
wanna read
this
this
when I
one?
started playing Warhammer. You can
Odds
paint
we get a
almost
chapter
anything with this box
master-
because you've got all your primary colours and then
What is
black
that
and
word?
white and the
Eoloid?
some
Eoloid
really useful little
model?
tools. So this is just a really
Excuse me?
solid base for a paint.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
absolutely. If you want a
Pardon?
little more themes towards a particular army, you can start with this, which is very much like the set I started painting with Warhammer, which was an Orcs paint set back in the day. This is boys and paints. So you've got 6 paints and
Does
a
it,
brush. and
have
a
the
couple of
starter
boys
sets
and a
always
cloth.
had that big
Again,
red band
just
of
to go
start
into the
here?
painting experience.
Or is that
No.
because
Painting
we're more
along.
we're
There's a
becoming
special
more
set,
simple
which is
creatures and we
intercessors,
need to be
paints,
like
again, 6 paints
I
of
think
brush,
that's new.
Space Marine intercessors. deep breath. That was a lot of ways to start.
I mean,
your
I guess it's
Warhammer
kind of good
40,000
because then
experience.
people
That
knew
would be
who
a
were
good
in the
time to,
shop
like,
were like,
introduce
oh,
your friends
yes,
or, you know, the
start
family
here.
member or relative or whatever that you.
Well, I would say like
It's a
people
really-
who are
it's a really
watching
good
this
time to start
reveal
playing
show,
Warhammer 40,000
they
because it's a
probably
brand
are
new
already
edition. Everyone's
past
kind of in the
Oh,
same
it's
place.
chapter
Everyone's
of
learning the rules
Genesis.
together. It's his
or they're starting
Nice, I love it.
Warhammer, aren't they?
So it follows on quite nicely. We're going to talk about some terrain now. So we've got some really interesting terrain kits to point out and talk about. The first is Combat Patrol Battle Zone.
I'm going to force
So
you.
this is all of the terrain you see here in a box, along with the game boards and the tiles to the terrain prints to put the terrain on.
I mean, it does look all
everything
right.
you need in one box to play a complete game of Combat Patrol.
Yeah. And if you've already bought the starter set, if you add this
Being
box onto the
pre-painted
starter
is
set,
such
you
a
effectively have a
Time
full
saver, I have to say.
Yeah.
board's worth of terrain for something like an
Like,
incursion.
it is cool if you
one
want to
game,
paint your own
Warhammer
terrain as like a
1000,
project, but
or
that
in a self-contained set,
like
it
it's the
is
same thing of
the
like
exact
doing your own
right
army.
amount of
Eventually, you
play.
get like bogged
Yeah, and
down.
worth pointing out this.
See,
Russell's
Russell
this
does not
like
like
the models
it.
in the starter set,
Are they
but
selling it
painted,
unpainted
so
as
all of the
well, or
terrain
just
pieces,
painted?
They come on the,
Maybe
the
both.
grey plastic you're familiar
I mean,
with.
I'd
It's
assume
easy to
both.
put together.
Even if
and
it's
then
only
you paint them in the
pre-painted, you
colours
could always
that
just
suit
prime it
your
yourself,
board at home or
paint
your
it however
armies
you
or whatever
want.
you would like.
Yeah.
This set, Combat Patrol set, comes in around the same price as a Combat Patrol itself.
Perfect. Right.
Cheap way
if
to get
you
started,
want
yeah.
to add more things to it, or you just want to focus on
By
building a
terrain,
board
here
that
is
suits your
Armageddon,
own
but
preferences,
smaller.
we've got a
And
few
it's not
little
Blood
terrain
Angels.
sets to talk about. This is the Manufactorum Ruins, which are those.
I'm just here for
classic
Russell.
building
Me
shapes
too.
you
Don't
often
call
see
me
on
mommy.
battlefields.
Me too.
There's some of
Me
these
free.
in that Combat
Colin was
Patrol set
was
that we just showed
hankering
you
for a chance
before.
to meet Russell. And I
There's
was like,
more. There's also the Galvanic
maybe
network.
today,
This represents
but he's
those,
having not.
power lines and things that
I'll
run
do
across
it. I'll
the
cross
sort
heaven
of
and
ash
earth. I'm like,
wastes of
okay.
Armageddon, and is
He's
a
in his
wonderful
element.
way to bring some character to.
If you guys were
battlefield.
to make like
And
a
then you've got the
terrain
capacitor
set,
cluster
what would
here,
your
which looks like it's
inspiration
rising with
be?
electricity, and you've got like a really unfortunate servitor trapped in the
Bigger
console. at the front.
tactical rock.
Yeah, life's pretty tough for servitors in Warhammer.
Nuggle
goo
It's not the
Eldari.
best.
Oh, that's
Now,
what it was.
all
Glad I
of that
said
is
that.
really exciting terrain.
Russell
all
popped
comes
down
down to
cave.
have dinner. That's how
and
quickly
will
he
come
scarfed it
fairly
down.
soon down the pipe.
Yeah.
That's
There's
absolutely true.
something else we need to explain to people that you've already talked about a little bit with Aiden on a video before, right?
That's absolutely right. Currently,
Where's
all the
your
terrain in
gumbus?
my collection is Eddie painted. Very
Perfect.
soon, I'll be able to also benefit from ready painted terrain. This is the new ready painted battlefield
Oh, it's a
Armageddon box.
different set.
And this is everything you need for a full incursion-sized game of Warhammer 40,000 in one
It's
box.
just the
All
terrain.
the terrain in this comes ready painted and ready to go.
Yeah, the box
If
is
that's
enormous. It
if
is
that's over
jammed with
£100,
absolutely loads of
I'm gonna
fantastic,
fight someone.
terrain, and we've got one here to open.
There's a lot of
So
terrain
what we
in
thought
there.
we'd do is actually just crack one open and
Yeah,
build one
but-
of the terrain pieces in it,
So
nice and
while-
quickly to show you what it's like.
While Adam tells you about it, I'm going to build one of the terrain pieces in here
Great.
to show you how quickly we can
Get
make it.
clipping, right? So what we've got is some nice
these-
pictures
these
to show
two
you
are
while
earning
Eddie gets
that
feverishly
paycheck
to work.
today,
So
aren't
here
they?
you can
Let
see
them
what you're
go.
dealing with. Essentially, it is a full battlefield worth of already painted terrain. Try and talk over the rummaging and crashing of Eddie. The set comes with the game boards that you need. It has the terrain markers, so you know where to put your terrain pieces onto. And obviously, the terrain is painted to a ready painted to a brilliant standard. So if you are looking to just clip things out from the frames, put it
At
together.
least they got
quickly,
places I
start
can
playing against
electrocute
Warhammer
my
40,000
balls
on a
on.
battlefield that looks really
Electrified
good.
gate,
This is a
yes.
wonderful way to do it. It's going to be
Brother,
enormously
what?
popular with people.
Yo,
who,
what? Sorry, what?
You
like
heard
me at
him.
home. I've already got my own.
Yeah, I
terrain
stand
board,
on
but
business.
If I wanted to host a
You
game
didn't
night, and I
stutter.
wanted maybe like three
Stand
friends
on.
to
I
play round robin
got
style
nothing.
games.
Go fuck
This
yourself.
would enable me to do it nice and quickly. You can imagine gaming clubs and tournaments and all of those people who have a need for a nice looking battlefield.
Mike,
quickly
clip that.
are
Yes,
gonna
Mike,
find
please
this to be
clip that.
really exciting.
Feel free to hold that one up.
Ooh, there you go. I'll show you what it looks like. Here you go. If we get a zoom in on this.
I don't know.
So this is a piece directly
Yeah,
off of
the
the frame that
Donkey
Eddie
Man.
has just worked on, and you can see
Sky
the
or
level
blue,
of detail. You've got the
Tricks,
fantastic
Spite
glow
Armor,
effects
so
around
true.
the
I just played as
sort of,
Paladin
the
armors
lumens
in
and
the
the
game.
candles and
It
so
is.
on.
Does that mean he has to?
Inside, you can see the interior
He has to play
detail,
as a
so within the
character
sort of
for double damage.
the
As a
walls.
what?
You can see this. Sort of
He has to play an
chipped
orc
and
character for the
very
double damage
nicely
ability.
No,
done
there's
corrosion
mods for
dripping
like
down the walls.
Warhammer Dwarfs
Really
on
is a very
like
nice
Dwemer.
piece of terrain.
No,
there,
like just
almost there.
actual proper
So
Warhammer
now we've got
Dwarfs
two.
is
Now
mod.
Oh,
we're
an
trying
old-
to put these together
oh,
too
okay.
early.
Yeah,
So,
you'll have to, sort through the porn that makes
essentially, we just
90%
push
of
fix.
next
One of the things that we've discovered,
Yeah.
the guys who
Nothing
run
new.
our global events.
To be,
really
I just saw that
are able to put together
a Bad Wolf
large
fan was like
battlefields very
L-shaped
quickly,
ruins.
and you can
We're at
also
Warhammer World earlier this week,
unclip
and
these
how
things
placing
when
the
you're ready to
L-shaped
and put it
terrain
back
was
into a relatively relatively
mathematically
floor space.
Yeah, the whole
very
thing,
complicated.
Actually, if you leave the kind of floor,
It wasn't that bad. I was setting up a terrain board. Like it. it's a bit new because I
They
hate
look
when
very
they-
serious. You're like,
But I hate when they have like measurements,
whole thing
like
back
they're in
into
the
box.
corners
There you go.
opposite each other, and they're not like on
Which is
every
nice if you're
piece.
looking for some
Yeah.
I'd like so you
story.
have to like
Alright.
you have to look at the board
I think we're
opposite
almost there,
and
almost
then
there.
flip it around to like
So
work
one of the
out.
things I
Oh,
think
that's
is quite
meant to be
nice
that
about
one.
this is,
Okay, it's
I
yeah, it was a
speed
bit
painted my
annoying.
entire battlefield, but it took me all of a Saturday to build and then all of a Sunday to speed paint, and it's still not.
Do you reckon he's been practicing for this moment?
The completion on this.
Yeah.
And so you've done the first building
there
in
you
what,
go.
the amount of
Oh, he
time
did.
Bit of a handshake there at the end, but he nailed it.
Moving it around, and it really does look wonderful. You
To
can
be
see the
fair, I
bulkhead
built some of
door and
this
everything inside it.
similar
I
stuff
could be more
once, and it
excited.
was
Yeah, I think
like
I'm pretty pleased with
50
this. I'm quite
parts for
pleased with the
something like
effects
that,
I've
and
got
I'm
on
like,
some of the glow
why?
there as well. I think the
Why?
dry brushing
Are you-
I've
and
achieved
it was
on
the
there.
most grainy
Yeah, I just made
instructions
this
you've
all
ever
through.
seen in your life. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what part this is.
Nice. So
It's
this
hard
is
to
I
do.
assume
like
it's like
low-key, it'll
varnished
come
after they've
behind
painted
all of
it.
the other starter products that we just talked
It
about.
must be 'cause
And so you're looking.
they paint it by hand or just like is it machine?
I think
paint?
they
in terms
airbrush it,
of
and then he
price,
just said
this one
that
comes
it was
in,
dry
has twice
brushed
as
as
much
well.
terrain
Ah, okay.
as the combat patrol
Ah.
battlefield, and it comes in at a little bit more than the cost of 2 combat patrols.
There you go.
2 combat patrols. How much is
Really
that?
exciting.
That's like
Okay,
160?
we talked
Something
about
like
all the
Yeah.
starter sets, we talked about all of the terrain,
Fucking
already paint terrain,
hell.
very exciting. I guess we should talk a little bit
No,
about the
combat
thing that
patrol's
came
like
with the
£60
first
or
Codex
something,
of
right?
Yeah,
11th
we should
edition.
probably
Yeah, but like
So it's
in
time for
dollars.
the
Accounting for
Oh. I don't know.
Orcs,
Fake money.
Oh, is this all new?
speed freaks. Oh,
Speed Freaks.
New trucks.
Do you think there'll be a Trucks DLC for the Speed Freaks game next?
no. I've been it.
I'd be more excited to hear that. But most of the rest of it
I need the banners DLC for
That's
Space
fun
Marine
to
2.
game.
Yeah.
To carry a massive banner on my power pack.
Transported boys is not guaranteed.
Oh, very fun.
That was fun. It's a good
Is it?
time.
They are getting
Matrix.
spoiled.
Add the
This-
design
this first codex is Orcs,
Mhm.
and alongside the codex,
Combat
there
Patrol's
are a whole
105
bunch
each
of
at the
new
moment.
miniatures.
Fuck.
One of the most
I
did that.
exciting miniatures on its way is
That's
that new
like
truck and
200.
that new
Oh,
mech,
that's
which are on their
Should we
way.
talk about the mech first?
Let's do the mechs
How
first. So,
ridiculous.
Orc mechs, those of you who know Orcs will know, these are the mechanics that basically put together all of the weird and wonderful creations that go into battle alongside your Orcs. They are surprisingly good at
Odd
science.
boys with the
Yeah.
innate knowledge to just make awesome.
I mean, it
things.
actually looks quite cool. I'd say
Gene-coded,
that.
innate, kind of
Mm.
inherited knowledge in terms of how to make things
I
like
didn't know he came
teleporters
with the
and trucks and guns and
crankshaft.
I wish I
shooters.
had those skills.
I mean,
Much
yeah,
better.
I
if you
quite
try
like
yourself, I'm
him.
sure you can do it. But yeah, this is a really cool miniature. It has a kind of really thematic. He's got a kind of spanner clobber thing there. He's got his slugger. But the thing that he really does is kind of bring with him all of the awesome machines that make Orcs Army so fun to play in
Yeah.
Warhammer 40,000.
So with no further ado, let's talk about the truck then, which is maybe the star
Oh,
of
I
that
love a
show.
truck.
Oh, the truck.
This is the new Orc truck. It's an evolution of the classic Orc truck that you know and love. A little bit bigger, a few more options, and is really
We'll
just
say
wonderful to look at.
Borderlands,
Comes with a
why would you
variety
ever
of
ride the
options.
truck? It's so
In
slow
terms of
and
weapon mounts, you've
ungainly.
got the
You always use the
shooter,
razor.
got
It
the
doesn't
rocket
come on a
launcher,
base.
You have options for a
Interesting.
grabber claw and a buzzsaw, and all of those can be swapped in position.
Here's a
on the tops
question.
that you can build
If
different
Games Workshop
configurations.
made like, you know, like
Some
people
great
do like
varieties you're
trains,
making your truck.
love to
Yeah,
make
this is
train
a phenomenally
sets.
cool miniature.
What if
Yeah.
you had a
The
train
truck
set
is
thingy,
really
but it
cool,
was
right? The
Absolutely.
truck
Man,
that is
I
in
wish.
Orc
trucks and
Armies
stuff.
is a
I
perfectly
want
good
a
vehicle, but
Warhammer
it
train
has
set.
been with us for a long time now, right?
There'd be-
It's
there'd be
been
a market for it.
The
something
train
like that. Yeah,
crowd.
it's been around for a while.
The
This
train
is a
crowd's
beautiful
the untapped
reinvention of it.
market,
The thing that
apparently.
really makes this.
I
Man,
still
you know
remember,
how
uh,
mad
built
I
in so
was
many
when
different ways,
Cogfort
where the
wasn't a
pintle
train.
mount goes, where the close combat weapon
I wanted
goes,
him to be
how the
like
bodies are
Choo Choo
positioned,
Charles,
what the driver
man,
looks
like a
like.
steam
Even
train.
goes on the
Fighter
You
train.
can see the way it looks like it's going
I
on
still
the
So
remember
annoying.
Luis
Look at the
Yeah,
Luis
you can
talking
kind of play
about
with
there was
where
a
the
person
wheels
she
are,
knew
and I
who's
think,
like,
especially
well,
if
she
you've
overheard
gone
a
for
person
really
about
heavy sort of
trains,
evil
talking about
sons
making
or
trains,
speed
and all the
freestyle
people in like the
armies, and you
village
want to
he'd
have a
like
bit of
copied
variety in your force,
his
this
neighbors,
one kit,
and they were all
with
doing like
no changes at
inappropriate
all
poses
from
with
what
each
comes
other.
in
I'm
the
like,
box,
train
can
people
be
are
built
messed up.
enough
They're
times that you
crazy.
would never need to replicate what a single
So we've got a couple here on the desk. The one I'm most excited by is the one with this awesome looking skull prow at the front.
He should put it in his
just
mouth.
looks so like mean and orky. This sort of whole skull motif for the
Show how
orcs
big the
is
truck
iconic.
is. Put it in his mouth.
Yeah, really fantastic. Now, what we wanted to do, the reason we
Oh, it
brought
is a
these
bit
along
dinky,
was
isn't
to
it?
sandwich this little guy
Get
in
make some
between them
space in the parking
and
lot
just
there.
show you, if you've already got some orc trucks in your collection, how nice they're going to look. Don't want to mangle the models.
Okay, it's not like
I know, right?
much bigger.
So this is how it looks with the classic
Looks like
truck
a
in between.
It's a little bit
It's
thicker
good look.
though.
I think
Yeah,
a little bit
if
of
you've already
thickness.
got some trucks in your army, you can
More
absolutely keep
gubbin
them
shit
alongside
on
these new ones. I think there's something to be said for an Ork army. It's got a bit of a ramshackle look to it. So you could replace them completely, or if you want to have a mix, that's absolutely fine. But I think the new ones just
wondering why you had
they just look great. They've got so many cool options.
Yeah,
They're going to look phenomenal.
Nice. So that's a couple
watching
of
two grown men play with a dog in a hot room.
There's more on the way.
ASMR.
People might be able to learn
The
about
dog is a million times interesting as this nonsense, Hal.
Yeah, that's right. So
I'm just seeing what is Andy doing.
Some of the stuff we're showing you today, some of it
We're having
will be
fun.
revealed potentially if the Orks do well in the Siege of Deathmire campaign that's currently running. So if you want to see some more Orks,
How do Orks space
play some
travel?
games, send in your results.
They try their
You
best.
might get to see some more very, very soon.
And they-
there are a
they-
few other boxes to talk about today. Though we've got the other stuff from
Literally
Armageddon.
like
yeah, that's right. So
like a prayer.
essentially, if you
Yeah.
wanted to pick up some of the things from Armageddon or duplicate them,
Something decent.
we're going to be releasing the
video
Dagger Rig
game,
separately, the
but I'm
War
not
Tank
gonna get
separately,
anything
and the
neat.
Weird Boy separately, and also the other sort of command stuff. Is that the right word for an Orc?
Sure, why not?
So the Banner Knob, the Big Boss, and the Pain Boy will be releasing a command
The
crusade as
big
well.
Met
So there's a whole bunch of
Daka.
extra stuff to come. We should probably talk a bit about the Codex itself, though, right?
Yes.
So obviously, this is the first Codex of 11th edition, and it heralds something really exciting in
Oh,
Oh, I'm
Codex
480p. That's
for
why.
Warhammer 40,000 codexes. So here you
why
can
it
see
looks
it's
bad.
contained in a slip
Why
case.
is it
We've got
480p?
one live in front of you.
I always
so
watch
it's a
everything at
perfect bound
super low
book,
resolution.
slightly smaller codex
What is
in
this?
terms of,
What is this debuff?
height.
We don't need.
But it is
We're living
really
in
thick.
2026. We don't need this anymore.
An incredible
Well,
amount
because
not
I only really
2013
use
anymore.
YouTube and
178
stuff as like
And,
radio. I
the
don't
first
really
thing that I
watch
would
it.
like to just eulogize on is how incredible
Crazy work.
the lore section for this is. We are talking
Sozzles.
a really thick
What do you
lore
listen
section,
to then?
which is everything you would want to know.
You just stare
about
outside at
orcs and how they
birds like a
operate.
healthy
It's got a
person.
gatefold map. You can see it here.
No,
which
I
is the
just have like
Orky
background
perspective on the
noise of
galaxy,
like
all the places the orcs
Mesopotamia
fight,
4-hour-long
wars that are
videos
taking
on
place.
in the
But there's a lot more
background.
to it than that. It talks about the orcs, where they
Hell,
come
people
from,
like
how
real
they
history,
fight,
believe it
their
or
culture,
not.
the different clan structures.
That is such a crazy
Literally the
reference.
most complete guide on what you could hope for.
There are
I
so many
have the most
4-hour-long
information on orcs
documentaries
there's
on
ever
No,
been.
Mesopotamia.
give me 5-hour Darius the First, please.
Hey, yo.
Cyrus the
Yeah.
Great.
I'm in.
In computer, Cyrus the Great into my brain right now,
Something that might be
please.
interesting.
Yeah, so one of the big changes to the rules in this codex versus
Is
the
your
previous
core gives
one
them as mine and love
was in the last,
Oh no, he's
edition,
very
there were quite a lot of
smart.
rules in your codex,
He knows
quite a lot of
exactly
them
what
you
he's
couldn't
doing
use in
with
all
how
different
cute
types of
he is.
games. So
His
it's
father's in taxes.
some of them
Yeah,
you could only
see?
use in Crusade games, for
You're
example.
a
All of the
narrow
rules in
codex.
this codex, and there are at least as many rules in this one as there were in the
Are
last
they-
one.
are they
You can use
finally
it
coming
every
up
type
on
of game.
pretending there's
One of the ways that manifests,
rules in
you'll
the
immediately
Codex books?
notice, is
Is it
the
finally
amount
here?
of detachments that you get to play with. There are
Oh, it's
15
not finally
different
here.
Orc detachments in this codex.
That's loads of
And
ways. to do
Loads of
that,
different ways to
right?
put your army together, ranging from
How
lots
many
of
do they
different
have
sizes in terms
now?
of
Though? That's
detachment points.
crazy.
It gives huge variety
well.
of different
15.
ways that you can potentially put an army together. Some
but
of these
Is
you
that are
probably
there new
get.
ones in there?
There are like some fast
Yeah.
ones,
There's
some
some.
stomp
There was
ones.
Yeah, the
no
fly
way
boy gives
to
itself away.
15.
doesn't
Right,
it?
like so there's some ones you could
Or
probably guess
Sorry,
at,
I was
but
making
there'll
the
be loads
pedantic
of brand
joke
new
of
ways that you
this
can
is
get an
now
army that's
because
just
you
never been
said how
possible
many do
before.
they have
And it gives
right
you a
now.
sense of what codexes will feel like in the new edition, where they will bring this huge variety of list
Got a
building
space marine
opportunities.
looking guy. in
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. And there's
Let's
more
do
to it
it.
than just the detachments. Obviously, the
Thank you
rules
for
have
that.
been looked at by the Warhammer rules team, and they've come up with some things. This is the army special rule, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah, so War, right? You can't have War, you can't have an Orc Codex without a War. The War rule has changed a little bit. So there'll be some things that are familiar. There's some slight changes. It still allows you to run and charge, but it now lets
Okay, they
you
have
reroll.
12 at the moment, so I
as well.
think there'll be
It
3 new
also
ones.
lets you have assault on all of your weapons, which is a thing it didn't used to do. So that means that if you've gone for a very shooty army, so like speed freaks, you've got loads of.
I
like,
imagine
bikes and
some of
buggies
the
and things.
original
Yeah,
12 have been
standby with
altered as
flash
well
Yeah, that's
because of the
immediately
changes
really
for
useful.
gameplay.
And it also gives you the riled up ability, which
Yeah,
can
I
do all
noticed
sorts
like
of things
some of
across all
the
different
ones
sorts of
still
different
say
bits of
like
Codex,
give
where
stealth
other
and the
units will
benefit of
become more
cover.
powerful,
Obviously,
and you
they're
still
two
get
different
invulnerable
things now.
save as well to make your
It's a
orcs.
really
Yeah.
great.
It's a
army,
really, really good rule. For one turn of the game, you'll have a great turn every single game.
Yeah, and then all of the units within the Codex have had their data sheets looked at. So here's the truck that we just showed you before, and you can see what's gone on with it. So you can see the different weapon options and things to give you a sense of what it means for your Codex, I suppose.
A
Yeah, so
buzzsaw.
what you'd expect, it still kind of has a
Nice.
similar-ish stat line to what the truck does at the moment. It is a kind of medium-sized vehicle. The things that you'll notice are that it has more weapon options than it used to. So you've got options there for different combat weapons, different shooting weapons.
And piling out is quite a nice
Yeah,
thing, isn't it?
you've got a really cool little mechanic where if an enemy unit gets nearby, something like a unit of fire dragons or eliminators or something is ready to kind of ready to kill your truck, you can pile the boys out, ready to kind of countercharge or to avoid being caught in the explosion or something like that. It's a really useful little rule that's got some quite neat little tactical plays you can do with it. So I think trucks are going to be very useful.
Yeah, perfect. And then in terms of other data sheets we looked at, it'd be worth looking at the Orc boys, who really have had something of a stat line glow up. It's fair to say.
The boys.
So there's a lot going on this data sheet, and I think I would recommend if you've got an Orc army, take a screenshot.
Now is the moment to record this.
There's
There's
the
a
first
lot
thing you'll
of
notice is there's
different
loads
options.
of weapon options. So one of the
Yeah,
things we got
my
asked a
God.
lot about the Armageddon box was, is that all the options that the Orcs will have in the new edition? It absolutely isn't. You've got loads of different choices.
In fact, more than you've had recently.
More than I think you've ever had for an Orc unit. You've got some classic stuff returning. So you've got a burner back in this
Big
unit
fan
now,
of not having a roll to hit.
which is
That-
pretty
that
cool.
tiny
You've got loads of
squid on
different
his
options
shoulder.
for your boss's weapon.
the one
And
I
the
like.
thing I want to draw your attention to is
Bebisque, that's just a
almost kind of
snack.
tucked away right at the bottom of that stat line there
Oh,
is the
that's like his
strength of a
little
basic
base
Orc
version, like
boy
a corgi.
is now
Mm.
5. And
Such bad news for
that is an across the
Oh,
Codex
that's
update
5?
to
Oh
your
my
Orc.
God.
Every single Orc
And that's
is
the
at
first
least
head.
strength 5
Oh,
all of
what's
the time.
wrong, Hal? Is
So
someone
that goes
have
for
the
boys,
same
also goes
bullshit
for
you do, and
your
it
kind of
feels
beast
threatening?
snag.
No, it's
All
actually
of the
worse than a
knobs
Space
and
Marine.
boxes
Space Marines are
get
toughness
commensurate,
4.
Increase as well. So your already pretty scary Orcs get even scarier all the time. In
I mean, that's like a death
Fantastic.
guard
I think,
then, because
it
they're
just
all
looks
like
like a
toughness
load
5.
of great information. I'm really
It's
excited.
toughness
about it.
6.
Yeah,
Like,
and
Toughness
toughness
6, I think
and
they're
Harold,
there.
something really interesting. The
Yeah.
last thing to talk about with the Codex is obviously in the back of it, it includes the code that you will put into your Warhammer 40,000 app to unlock and access the rules.
They don't
It
tell
does
you
something else
you
on
need to
top
have
of
this
that. This
because
is
that
kind of
book's
like
gonna be
your
irrelevant.
passport
Hmm.
to ongoing content for your Warhammer 40,000 Orc Codex throughout its lifespan.
I still feel like they
There will
should
be
have a
regular
half
drops
price
of
version that you
lore
could just
and
buy the
rules
digital version
so
of the
that you can
Codex.
continue to
Overhaul the
get
app,
great stuff out
give
of
us
your
a Codex,
as,
half the price,
this
make it
time
digital.
continues. They've given us a
I
sneak
kind of
peek
wish
into
they
some of
just
what's
did
coming,
like
and it sounds both
these
really
are
cool,
the
really
updated
fantastic.
bits
I'm
you
very
can
excited
buy
to
as
see
like
what
a
happens.
PDF if you already
then I
have the
imagine
10th
all the
edition
other
Codex, and you can just
Absolutely.
glue it in
So,
on the right
the first
pages.
Codex is Warhammer 40,000 Orcs, and it looks
Take your
amazing.
binder.
Do stick around. We have more
And
Warhammer 40,000 for you
refill the
later in
sheet
the
with
preview.
different
Yes, yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
returning to the 41st millennium later on. in
Because that's
the show.
probably what I'm going to
For
do
now,
with
though,
my Death
we're going to
Guard
segue
one.
into something which is quite interesting. We've
Not
talked a
glue
lot
it on,
about
but,
ways
like,
to get people who are new
post-it
to
notes.
Warhammer started with Warhammer 40,000. So let's talk for a little bit about the Warhammer Academy.
10 pages of Wahapedia open. Oh, great.
Oh, more
Wait a minute.
fancy LARPing
Warhammer
costumes.
Academy.
This is fake.
As
They
it-
went outside. They touched grass. This isn't real.
Yeah.
This isn't
AI.
the is it Armory where you can like dress up as
Academy.
and buy their costumes?
Are they like sponsoring Duke of Edinburgh or something?
Wow. In a world where you're 20 years old and you need some credits for your university application.
Yeah.
Bronze, silver, gold, ceramite.
To be fair, if this is like a national treasure hunt thing, I'm so doing
The
it.
guy died.
Long and difficult.
The
is
American
Nigeria,
way
and
they
now
get
it's
sausage
still
sandwiches
people-
until he
Tell
perished.
me
No, I don't
what
think
you
that was
see.
something else.
What is the difference?
Oh, it's him
between
from the
Black Rage and
preview.
Red Thirst? How do you get
Wait, isn't that
decaps
you?
smoothly on a Space Marine shoulder?
That's the guy from the preview.
And how exactly do you use command points?
It's just Warhammer TV.
Oh, it's the other one, yeah.
So you seek to learn the ways of Warhammer.
Oh, it is him.
Yeah.
I could tell from the
Looks like
beard.
you.
Oh, it's
icon.
it's
Yeah.
You know how all your content creators make like how-to videos. They want to do that
So,
on Warhammer TV.
why is
now.
Wizard beneath the mountain? What is the Warhammer Academy?
I'm so glad you asked, Eddie. Warhammer Academy is a really exciting thing. We've been working on behind the scenes here at Games
Well, the thing
Workshop
is,
for a
though,
while now.
it's
and
kind of
is
the trouble
the
with like the
perfect
lore
way
stuff with
to
lore
answer the
masters. Like
question,
Wade
how do
knows
I
his stuff.
get
He did that
started
whole
with Warhammer.
lore
The
book.
idea is that people can
But
come
it's
to
like
this
you
website,
can't
which
compete
is
with
free to
passionate
use,
people
and they
who
can
do
get
it
guided first steps
beyond 36
on
hours
how
a
to
week.
money.
begin, exploring
You know,
it.
like,
So
if you
there's,
think of like a
gonna
video,
be
it's
at
like
launch,
you
like,
need to have a
well
writer,
over 100 videos,
presenter,
which are all
the
video
editor,
lessons
the producer. You have to have lots of
the
checks.
lore and
About, like,
collecting.
no, redo this, redo
painting
that.
and
Whereas like
modeling,
one person who's
and
just like
with
passionate
gaming
about it can
to
do it
get
in like,
you on your first steps.
Yeah.
Throw this costume
and
on.
they'll do it
To get you started on your
in
sort of
overtime.
first steps through Warhammer.
And then
Um,
there's 100 people.
When the website launches, it will
So-
focus on Warhammer 40,000 to coincide alongside all
that's
of these
not
new
stuff
starter products so that
that's
people can
right. Shout out to
No.
experience
Tops
Warhammer
and
for the
other
first
folks.
time
Yep.
and go through sort of learning all about the universe
When
and what
holding
the
the fort
factions and the
first,
armies
I
are.
get
And,
Do you need anything?
Really going on that same
Any
journey that we've all been
water,
when we've been able to sit
tea,
down with somebody and they've told us
non-alcoholic
all about what Warhammer is.
Pims.
And then the painting team have put
I'll
together
be
these amazing videos that start really basic and then go all the way through to some really
Yeah,
great
make out
paints
now.
that will have your army looking fantastic. And the gaming
I'm here now.
takes it from the assumption you've never
I
played
like
weird
that
to
this
see you
is
in that
timed
setup.
takes you
perfectly
all the way
with my
through to playing
birthday
your
when
first
I'm
games of
gonna
Combat Patrol, which we
upload
played
all my
and had a lot of
editing
done with.
tutorials.
Is it your
Good old
So
birthday?
you should be able to
40K.
have
No, my
experience.
birthday's
If you
on
are completely
6/7.
new to Warhammer, or there's somebody in your
I am
life
the
who wants to
bringer
get
of the
started,
apocalypse.
This is a wonderful thing to point them towards when we
Wow.
launch it, and
Oh, it's her
they'll be able
birthday,
to take their first
then,
steps.
yeah.
If you want to sharpen your own skills, we
See
talk
why?
about as we've been working on the academy, the idea that you can build your skills, your confidence, and your experience to get the most out of this wonderful Warhammer hobby that we all enjoy. And so the whole purpose of this academy, which is free to use, is to just get on board and sharpen
Oh,
your
it's
skills and
free?
confidence and have a great time.
Sounds wonderful.
Nice.
think they'll
Oh,
be
we're
happy?
so
Releases
fucked.
alongside
Yeah.
Warhammer 40,000.
We'd have to pay to
starter
use
sets that we
YouTube,
talked about
so-
previously. So not
Yeah.
long now, a month or so, and then you'll be able to.
There's going to be a lot of
see
Star
Warhammer
Wars
Academy for
content in my future, is what I'm hearing.
Perfect.
Just
I'm
gonna
really
prepare.
excited.
I mean, if you want to
Right.
play TTS.
Now I'm going to get out of this costume, and while we
Well,
do, let's
that's-
travel to.
Wait, are they
the
doing
old
like
world.
lore content or just like painting?
They've been doing that for years. Oh,
Oh,
That
oh.
old
Slaves of
world.
Darkness. Slaves of
Dude,
Darkness.
come on. No, no, Hal. Warriors of Chaos.
Oh, wait, sorry.
there you go,
Sorry,
Ren.
my bad.
More Cathay.
Welcome back.
I have nothing to provide.
Ooh, that is cool. That is very nice.
You can buy Warriors of Chaos again for Warriors of Chaos because for the last month you couldn't do that.
Oh,
Lord on Chaos Dragon. Hey, baby.
It's a nice dragon.
it's a proper Chaos Dragon.
Jade and Iron.
Welcome back. I pretend to normal, and
Chaos
we are now
Versus-
thrilled
Okay.
by some news for Warhammer The Old World. That
The
was a
only time
great
they do
looking
something
box
like
of
that
miniatures. There's a lot to
They
talk
have
about.
had
We've got some of the models here to get
now.
close-ups on in a little while. For now, let's dive into that new two-player box for Warhammer The Old World. This features two armies going head-to-head. You have
Let me
the
guess,
army of
400
Grand
quid.
Cathay going up against the Chaos Warriors. So
Yeah, let's
within it,
see
you will
what's in
see
the
at the
box.
moment the Cathay force. This
Ooh,
is Grand
cannot.
Cathay. They're fairly recent
I love
addition
Yeah, they're
to
quite new
Warhammer The
miniatures.
Old World.
aren't they, these ones?
And this is an army you'll have already seen
No
before.
rush
So
on.
you've got the Jade
What's his
Warriors.
band name?
You've got the
Inbred,
Jade
we are
Lancers,
inbred.
units that you'll be familiar with.
Nothing new for
And they're
Cathay.
taking a big
Looks
part
like.
in the sort of ongoing struggle.
Hank sounds like he's trying to partake from the bottom of the ocean.
Against the Chaos invasion that's taking place. It's a beautiful army. You've seen it
Because he was
before.
far
The
away.
showstopper for this new box is the wonderful new range of all plastic Warriors of Chaos, which you'll find in the other half of this box set. So here you can see the Chaos Warriors themselves.
I mean, it
this
does
is
look
an
good.
amazing update to your Warhammer Old World Warriors of Chaos. Warriors of Chaos, of course, one of the archetypal villains, or the archetypal visuals, really, of Warhammer The Old World. This is a really cool army. All the bits in this are multi-part, and these are all brand new plastic miniatures.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Chaos Warriors are kind of the
Minis
mainstay of
do
the
look
Warriors of
quite
Chaos
nice,
army. These are elite.
I think they've
heavy
left them, like,
infantry in the
quite
best armor that you can get
neutral,
in
because if you
Warhammer The
wanted
Old
to
World,
do God
and they
specific,
stride forward in
it gives
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
a lot of open
Hard
opportunity.
Nice that
for
the
it.
posing isn't like
punishment when they
Age
get
of
there.
Sigmar
Cool.
applied.
They are but
Be
part
cool.
of this new
Make the
force.
Space
The other part, and
Marines
perhaps the most
non-specific
iconic
instead of
of
just
the Warriors of Chaos
Ultramarine.
units are the Chaos Knights. These are
But
they
do
super
it with
elite
fantasy.
heavy cavalry. Inside this new box, you
These
get
guys
four
look
Chaos
crazy.
Knights. It's a classic size. If you remember days
Oh,
ago,
they're
going back
cool.
in time a long way now, when Chaos Knights used to often feature in units of
Look
four.
at the fluffy
you have,
hooves.
what you'd expect.
Those are some
Champions,
thick,
standard bearer, and they're
thick
given me
like-
horses.
They can be
They are.
You give him
Chunky
something
horses.
And you could
great
add
big,
into
it
the
doesn't-
unit, obviously, and
Yeah,
make it
absolutely.
bigger.
Cold.
You get four in the box.
Okay,
You'll be able to get
okay.
more as time goes on. So if you want
Very
to build
clumped
bigger
together.
units of
This is
Chaos
so
Knights, you certainly
chunky.
will be able to. Chaos Knights are
horse.
some of the hardest hitting and most dangerous cavalry units in all of Warhammer.
They're also just like the almost the archetypal heavy
Where are my
cavalry. Right?
vampires?
Like, when
The
you build an
vampires
army
need
for
to stay
Warhammer The Old World,
legends
you're
for
like,
at
well,
least
I can
another,
take a
like,
charge,
month
but
and a
could I
half,
take a charge
so they
from
need my
Chaos
victory
Knights?
to
It's
go
like
on
the
first, so I
absolute
can't
pinnacle
like
of the
that.
hardest hitting unit. So lots of people very keen to include this unit in their army. If you've got a Chaos
After
Force,
that, they
so
can come out.
almost never
Thank
see
you,
a Chaos
Andy.
army without a unit Chaos Knights. They're just so effective.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the force
I
is
just
led
went onto
by,
Froggy's
some
Twitch and I
champions of
said
Chaos.
Froggy
You have one
drinks
on foot
beans.
and one on
because
horse.
I'm very
This one
original.
here you can see is modelled as a battle standard bearer.
Have you
the kit
actually
contains
ever
enough
had
options
a
to be
sort of
original around
non-royal?
the things. So
I
in a moment,
haven't
you
like
can see the screen progress to see
sipped
some
from
of
the
what you can
thing,
do.
but I lick
It
my
also has a
brushes, so
Chaos,
I've tasted most of my
champion
That's
paints.
crazy
like
work.
mount. This is
Plastic
Non-oil is
directly
actually
into your
vile.
mouth.
It's
and it's a
disgusting.
really
It's a liquor.
I think it looks like the artwork of Chaos
Liquor,
Warriors
I
from some of those
barely
old
know.
Warhammer Fantasy
Yeah.
army books, and the miniatures have finally got to the point where they can capture like
bad, buddy.
the thing that you sort of
Chilling on
imagined
that.
that Chaos
It's too
Warriors
warm,
was
he's
what you
chilling
wanted
on
it to
the,
look like all those
stand
years ago. It's just such.
You need to make
a
an ice
cool
block
kit.
for him.
I love the standard bearer.
He's
as well. I
like,
think this
"Mama's
champion kit is
downstairs."
one of the best sort of
Dad
hero
and
kits
friend is
that
upstairs.
Warhammer
like
get
the
released.
Yeah, I don't have a Chaos Army.
Yeah, get like the
Warhammer
Mario
never has, but I would
Sunshine,
really
like
like
the
to get my hands on that
water
one. I think it
jetpack.
just
Oh
works
yes.
little guy.
Well, we
So,
got a paddling
let's
call for
talk
him.
for a
He
little bit about
hates
that, yeah.
water. He will not go
Box
in
is
there.
a 2-player core box
We
for
yesterday
Warhammer The Old
we
World.
put the bath
It's
on and we wet
essentially
his tummy.
what you need to
just so he
start
had a
playing Warhammer
cold
The Old
tummy
World
for
if you
today,
haven't
and he was
before.
just
It's an
like,
enormous box. It contains the
Poor
armies.
fella.
It also contains
We
the
do also have a
rulebook
freezable
and
jacket.
a muster list. The rulebook is the same rules as you currently use for
That's
Warhammer
a
The Old World.
tempting box, man.
Out there worrying
Remember,
that this is
folks,
gonna
tomorrow's
change the rules you're
pre-orders for
playing
the
with.
Sabbat
The
Crusades
difference
re-release.
really with this rulebook and the rulebook you
Dan
already have,
Abnett
if
did a
you're
big
already playing
Sabbat
The Old
Worlds
World, is that
Crusade
the
like
errata you
encyclopedia.
online
It's
are
re-released
woven
tomorrow.
into this. So
A nice
that should make life a
collectible.
little
You
bit
can bring
easier.
just this book.
Similar
you
to
don't need
this,
to worry
but
about
it's
any other
red.
documents or anything. You can
Exactly.
leave it.
And then further to that, it has an additional section called Battle March. We'll
The
talk
design
more
is
about
very
that
similar.
in a little
I
while.
saw another
big crest.
miniature when we were showing off some of that.
Yeah,
chaos
we'll
stuff.
just talk about the muster list before we go.
They keep
Muster
going with
list
the
is
old world
rules,
stuff
the
because all the
models
new
in the box. There you
sculpts have
go.
been
This
quite
is
good.
How to play Warhammer,
because
all in
the
one
old
handy
world
box.
stuff is designed
And
by
it's
the
very
big
exciting
people.
and continues the thing that we know and love.
And
Now,
not the
Let's talk
people.
dragons, Adam.
Yeah, let's
being
talk
dragons.
We're all
What's
very excited. This
fucking
might be my
prisoners
favorite thing in the entire
sauce.
preview. It is such a show-stopping model. This is the Warriors of Chaos Lord on Chaos Dragon, and there's so much to talk about. Eddie?
You just get the sense of the
Double
size
head.
of it just from that shot where it was already taller than the
Right,
three-story
right.
buildings
Yeah,
that
no
are behind
kidding.
it. It is an
Two.
absolutely
That is a huge
enormous,
kit.
phenomenally cool miniature for
It's
Warhammer.
got-
The
I
Old World.
want-
I think probably the biggest
I
monster
want
we've
that.
had released yet.
It's got to be right up there.
I
and
want
there have
that for
been
my
some
pile.
fantastic
couldn't even
It'll never get built
justify-
and painted,
World
but
launched.
You can't
There's
even
things to talk about.
justify
First, I
owning
want to
that.
just wax lyrical
But it does
on how
look so
cool
good.
Chaos Dragons
It
are.
looks
We've
sick,
seen
spindly.
this image before of Chaos Dragons with two heads.
Mm.
I always wondered,
They
why
used to
did
be
dragons have a
really
smooth bump down there?
Yeah,
Do you
you
know
had
what I
Gal-
mean?
you had
Like,
Garak
why
How
are they
are
not
you like
brave
this?
enough?
which was the kind of one that had
Are they
been
all
the Lord
female
of the Rings.
dragons?
And then before that, you
Who's
had
brave
Mark
enough?
Wolfman,
That's right.
who was the
They're
the
not
kind
going
of
to
former
do
I mean-
College of Magic in the
Buckets,
Empire
yeah.
There you go.
character who was on a two-headed Zinkian dragon.
Where's
I
the
mean, they-
dragon
a long
hog?
time ago. We've never
because like
had
a lot of
dragon.
animals,
Plastic
right?
two-headed
The
chaos
female
dragon has
one's
been a long
always the
time
bigger
coming,
one,
and I
and
think
like
even though we've waited
more
decades
aggressive
for it,
one,
this is
and
worth
then the
the wait. It
males
is a
are just
really
there
cool.
to
It
breed
also,
with.
what we sometimes
They don't
call a
really
trophy
do
kit in that
much.
you can make a
Yeah.
different option with it. So
I
you've seen
feel
the
that.
Chaos Lord. This is a Sorcerer Lord, and there's some differences. The first
It's
is
like
the
an
Rider,
like
obviously,
the
he's a
male
Chaos
anglerfish.
Chaos
Yeah.
Sorcerer,
To be
Yeah.
fair,
which is a powerful unit in
if
its own right. It can
there
be
was a
for
power
wizard,
fantasy that
not
best
bad in a
befit
fight. He's
Hal, I
backed
think
up by
this
a two-headed
guy on
Chaos
the dragon would be it.
Everything you
He's got the big book
very
out.
much
You're not going to
enjoy.
kill him with a
He's
lightning
on the big-
bolt.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, but he's all like, the
Additionally,
dragon will
there's
eat
some
the
slight
peasants.
differences with
I'm
the
reading a
dragon
book.
itself. You'll
Yeah.
notice it has
I had not
different
Look at his
frills.
in
veiny
any
wings.
universe
If you
thought
wanted
I need to be on a
to,
two-headed
look at the
dragon,
colours on them and they would
Frog
and I need to
Veiny
look like
A
I'm
little bit,
ugly as
sort of
fuck
paint
on a
magic.
on a
You've got
dragon.
Very striking difference in Chaos
Expand
Dragons
your
in your army.
horizons a bit. You might
Very
want to.
exciting centerpiece model.
I
The
he will see plenty of
images
horizons
that
from
you-
out
that
there,
you-
but like
that you
I'm not
get
interested.
Capture its majesty.
Look, that's my
It's
point.
possibly
Look what you're
even
missing
better in
out
the
on.
flesh, and we
Yeah.
have it on the desk here.
Why
Why
the
does the dragon
horizons
have two
reflecting
heads?
on his
That's a
big head?
secret.
Yeah, one of the things we haven't mentioned as well
Said
is just next to the Chaos Dragon, just below it here, whichever one you don't build. So if you build the Chaos Lord on the dragon, you get a Chaos Sorcerer Lord on foot,
quite
and if you
nice.
build the Sorcerer Lord on the dragon, you get a Chaos Lord on foot. So whatever way you build this, you get basically
get to
two
crush
very
one of their
powerful
feet
sorcerers.
all around people.
Do I get to ride the dragon?
With the Chaos Lord, and then this is the Chaos Lord on foot if you build it with the
Would've been
Sorcerer.
otherwise
So
because of that. Thank you very
always
much.
worried I'm going to destroy Heavy Metal model live on video. Really a great kit. You can
You
see
should
all
put
the
it in
other
his
things
mouth,
on the
show
of it as
size
well. I mean,
comparison
these are
again.
big models. Chaos
Also,
Lords,
get
not
that
small
Age
cavalry
of
models, and
Sigmar
this is
shirt.
about
I quite
4
like
times
that.
the height of them.
Oh, that
On the
one.
right.
Yeah, it's not bad.
On the left, got the Dark
And also
Angels
just
jersey. I might
phenomenally
get my
good
White
in the
Stars
game as
jersey. I
well,
don't
like
need
the
that.
Chaos Lord on a
Yeah,
two-headed
that's
Chaos
nice.
Dragon is up there with the very best.
I may be
unit
getting
in
another
the
McLaren
Warhammer.
jersey.
Fancy
There's
that might-
almost nothing that can go toe to toe.
Why
before
though?
we
Where are
move on to
McLaren in the
the other
championship
stories,
right now?
Have a look at the
They're my
back of the
favourite.
model.
They're orange.
Vroom vroom.
How? I don't
Drive in a circle.
understand
Drive
this.
in a circle.
Under his saddle, he's got like heads hanging from
I
chains.
got Oscar, my boy.
Oscar Isaac.
he's a
isn't
wet
it?
I think one of the things
noodle
that's
of-
worth calling out actually about these
I
Chaos
hate
Warriors
his
is these
personality.
are Chaos
Pistorius.
Warriors designed for Warhammer The Old World, so they're meant
Yeah.
to look like the logical extension of the kind of
Zenon says
Marauder
that looks bigger than my
They're very
Prince
much
Emmerich.
sort of
Colin
the
might
sort of
appreciate that.
chaos armored
Yeah.
barbarians from the
But
North.
there's still a little bit of that kind of like barbarian raider vibe to them. They've got
Big
the look
chunky
of
biscuit.
someone who's kind
Should we go
of
through
walked
some
out of the
donations
Arctic
quickly?
north of the
from
Warhammer.
Dr.
Okay,
Man.
we're 5th and 6th right now.
They-
After I finish the Grave
Absolutely,
Mine,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on a Gazwool
Right,
Storm Fiend kit
Obviously,
batch, or should I
alongside
use my
the
spare
core
Bone
box,
Ripper?
people might want to get their hands on
Bone
some other
Ripper.
stuff.
Yeah, Bone
So
Ripper.
here you can see common
You
magic
have a
items and
spare
laws of
Bone
magic.
Ripper, I guess.
These are cards which enable you to do
I
quick
know.
reference as you're playing your
Yeah,
game.
this one
How
have?
many
Can be very
times do you think
useful.
they
They're
knocked
not
the dragon
required,
over
obviously,
already?
it's easy to
Yeah.
book.
I don't
trying to
know.
put it
It
in their
doesn't,
mouth.
Also another thing that we
it doesn't
haven't
look
talked
super
about a little
top
bit.
heavy.
This is Battle March, the general's
Skarsnik's top. Skarsnik's top guy for 25 NOK. I have no idea
The
what that
way
is.
this works is that you build
Was up
smaller
my
forces,
N
not
was.
unlike
I'm a
standard
bit
or
late.
combat
What did I
control,
miss?
between 4 and
You
700
missed
points,
some of
and then you
the. I
unleash
guess
them
you
in,
might that might have been
games
a
that
while
are quicker
ago,
to
but
play and
some
more
old world,
straightforward.
some Orks
Some rules in
40k,
this
some
companion
Codex
which, sort of detail
debuts,
how you
other
make
stuff.
the force, so there's some
Another
limitations
one
on
from
what you can
Donkey Man
partake
USA,
in, some
$5.
requirements, and then
My laptop had
scenario.
all the assets for how
The
Supercar
rules for Battle
Part
March
1
are in
died.
the rule book,
RIP the
and
machine
there's
spirit.
those
Putting out
rules
old
and
ass
more
laptop now
information
for
and more
parts.
scenarios and
Bro,
ways
I'm
to play
sorry. It
come
must be
out
my
inside this Battle March
my
general's
words
companion.
ruined the
So
machine
whichever
spirit.
one you take
Colin.
as your option in, you
Tom
can
nom
start
nom.
playing,
Better
I
be
mean,
ugly with the
lunchtime
dragon
games,
than
or
ugly
like a
without. I
campaign
mean,
across
he's
a
kind
weekend
of
some
spitting with
quick
that one.
turnaround games.
Yeah.
Or if you've just started an army for the first time and you maybe haven't got enough to play a full-size game,
You just said
you
horse
can play
button.
with
Wow.
a smaller force.
Yes. Now,
Horse
to
button,
help
main
you with
event
that,
version, like horse
they're
button.
releasing the
Horse
first
button.
of Battle March
Horse
armies. So this is the
button.
Warriors of
Oh,
Chaos
Colin.
and Grand Cathay Battle March
We have
armies,
summoned
and they
Russell by
contain
saying
a
horse
variety
button.
of
You like
units
horse button?
deliberately designed to give you a good Battle March
Do you have any
experience.
words?
And you could totally add
I would
things
actually so
to your
go
new
for a
boss, and
Grand
then you have
Cathay
nice
army.
big armies
Those
that
models
you
Yeah,
look
can
we
so
were
Yeah.
good.
talking about if you add
Yeah.
either of these.
I want the
boxes
Empress,
onto
but
your,
like
the new
again, it's
sets
like
coming out with the Warriors of Chaos
not
and the
gonna
Army of
paint
Grand
it.
Cafe.
I just
I want
want
the
it.
big balloon.
A monster,
I
like
want
you can
balloon.
Yeah.
You've or a Cathay
I want
Dragon,
the
you've pretty
balloon
much got
so I
an
can
army,
cover it in
ready to go.
freehand.
These are really lovely places to start a force or just a really
Tartan
bolt
balloon, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's also
Tartan
more coming for the
sauce.
old world. This is the
I like putting
Archangel,
tartan on
the
my
March of
models.
Chaos.
All my
This
Dark
continues the
Angels will
narrative that
have
we've seen
tartan.
unfold in the old world at the moment. The
Tartan up.
Chainbreaker, this Chaos Lord, is descending from
It's
the
because they're
north,
tarts.
with an enormous throng. They're
The
plowing
Chaos
Slave.
Dragon is a
the
literal
rest of the
bad
Empire.
dragon.
Even the
Amazing.
forces of
Yeah.
Grand Cathay have been
True.
called in.
Does someone know the
Themselves come in
what's
and try
that
and
series
stave off this invasion,
with
and it's a grim affair.
it's the
Magic
is it
is being
Sarah
fired around
J.
everywhere.
Maas or
Like
something
carpet,
with
it's
the
called
Academy with
Magic Toys,
dragons? Do you know what I'm
which,
talking about?
the Winter Magic are blowing so
And
furiously.
Xander's with Xander, the character
Well,
who's
really
like
good time to
on
play
what
Warhammer
is
broody.
that?
World right now.
Do you know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
enjoying the
I
narrative.
don't know why I do.
How to
No.
Train Your
What is
Dragon?
it? No,
No.
no,
Okay.
Was
Well,
it
we'll
like-
investigate that because that
That
dragon
was
would be
good.
quite funny
Deep
there.
cut if you know your Warhammer history.
We'll figure that
So,
out.
slight segue. It's not quite the old world, but it's very similar. Let's talk about Blood Bowl for a minute.
All right.
Yeah, we've got time now, guys. Should we talk about the F1 season currently? Because this is nothing
The
burger.
release of the
Blood
new
Bowl!
journal. This is Spike
Yeah.
Journal 22.
Jesus
Blood
Christ.
Bowl 7s
Okay,
is the
Russ.
theme.
What?
What's Blood Bowl 7s? I hear you ask. Well, I'm
What's
glad
Blood
you
Bowl
did.
7?
Froggy,
There
any
you go,
thoughts
perfect.
on the
that
Ferrari
Froggy
upgrades now?
He's
A
so
way of playing
down.
Blood Bowl.
That,
which is
that's
akin to,
pretty
rugby
like
sevens or
it was a
flag
new
football.
battery,
So
right,
you're
and stuff.
compacting your team, you're playing
Yeah, because
faster
Mercedes
games
is not
on a
allowed
smaller
to.
pitch.
They
It's
weren't
very
supposed,
friendly.
well,
It really
allowed
changes
so
quite a lot
far.
of the,
Do you think Hamilton's
Yeah.
got enough to claw it back?
And makes for
I mean, he's been
different and
doing
very
better
fun experience.
this
Um,
season.
You get 4 of your
Like-
positionals.
Yeah,
in
only
this
getting
game,
better,
so you've
stronger.
got quite a lot of
Yeah.
skills and things on the tabletop. and it's just
So
a lot of
like
fun.
maybe
I'm
they've
excited
got
for this,
a good
but I'm
good
even
run,
more
I
excited
think.
for what we're
I mean,
But
Antonelli's
Mercedes-
156 and
Blood
Hamilton's
Bowl
115. It's
The
not.
first of which is
Yeah.
a new
It's not
theme
that
available
far
to
off.
Several teams.
No.
This is the Rat Ogre.
I love
Oh,
this
it's,
model.
it's,
I think
it's
Roger.
definitely an
most cool
interesting
about it is
season,
If you look on his shoulder, he has a little
Joe
rat, with a
Roger.
piece of cheese,
The George
flag,
Russell
especially
memes
because
are all
half
That is
the
beautiful, but is
half
it
the
better
start
or
of
as good
season
as a
races
rat
were
wearing a gas
cancelled.
mask and carrying a lump of water?
It's very close, and I think you'll
Yeesh.
have to make that decision for
need
yourself
a
how you
tiebreaker.
get hold of your own rat ogre. I
You
think the chief
could
takes
build
it.
your Rat Ogre
Oh,
without
that
either
is
of those rats,
cool.
but boo.
I mean, you could if you wanted to
Like-
not have a rat on his shoulder. Yes, you could do it out.
The
But
funny thing is,
does anyone want that?
this is
Yo,
also
Donkey Man
available-
USA,
they're not
there's
taking
new
out
models
the
for
rat.
you, bro.
You've got mad. This is available for a number of teams.
It's like how
obviously
Russell
you
didn't
can
get
use
it.
it
He's
in the
just like,
Skaven teams,
he's
but
like,
also the Underworld
huh?
Denizens and the Chaos Renegade teams. If you want some real muscle to go in there and just clobber the enemy, break the enemy lines that your team can run through.
You've
and
got
score
some
goals.
mutation options in there as well.
Yeah,
I can see.
absolutely. Speaking of big uns, there's another one on the way. This is a Minotaur.
Or Minotaur.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
cool.
This is another one
He's
of
got
those.
I had to,
Fuck
I
it
had
up,
to look
heavy
again then. I realized his
level
eyes are
units.
covered in
Again,
that.
available for a
Mm.
variety.
Oh,
of
that makes more
teams.
sense.
You can use it in the Chaos Chosen. You can use it in the Chaos Dwarf list. You can use it in the
You
Chaos
could get
That's
that
a
straight
nice
into the
one.
Chaos Space Marine.
And here you can see
He's
the
got a
nice
different
face.
ways you can build it to
Empress
fit or
Children
in with
get
the
bashed
teams that
there,
you're used
right
to.
there.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
what
one
he
here
got-
on the screen at the moment, rather than
He looks
hands
like a
or even
Tauren.
wings, has got kind of
With his little
Yeah, well,
cartoon
catch the
face.
ball, right?
Yeah,
How does he
he's not
hold
gonna
it
do
with
much
those
catching, but
claws?
he might do even better clobbering than a
Big
regular
gripper.
Minotaur.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't
Now,
what she
see
said.
those are
ball
wonderful.
now.
The
From
thing
my
I'm most
understanding,
excited
one
about,
ball, he
not just for
kills
this Blood
people.
Bowl reveal, but maybe in all of Blood Bowl, is our next
He
reveal.
is your favorite, Adam.
Morgenthau
Well,
is my favorite thing
singular
about Blood
guy.
Bowl. I
I'm tempted to
absolutely
get
love him.
that.
He's been an iconic
cracked
character
up.
Now.
like,
Wait, what?
right from the start. There
Wait,
is
no.
Right.
multi-part
It
doesn't
look
Oh.
anything like that.
coming, and he is.
I've not seen him in the
Oh,
flesh,
It makes
but I
him
just
able to
assume he
make
looks
him
like
one of
that.
three
He
very
does
iconic
not.
designs.
No.
He's quite a
That's why he's got
handsome
such a
guy.
cutesy avatar. 'cause
Really
like,
sort of connects to that iconic.
It's so
artwork.
unfair if like
More-
a content
Here is another
creator who
version.
you
This is
don't
him
see
with his
and then you
gouged
see is like and
eye,
they're actually quite
and
good
then
looking.
you
It's
can
really
play for an
unfair.
orc team, and you can see like the orc charms and things around his neck.
Are you trying to
This
mog
is,
me?
for the
You trying to
Chaos
mog
All
Andy?
Stars when he played with that team. That was his first.
Have you seen
appearance
that?
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
story.
Around about
Yeah.
that.
He's also got each
The
of
World
the Chaos
Cup,
Gods
who did, like, a
icons on his little
perfect
chain around his neck as
meme
well.
of-
which is
Yeah,
really
the
cool.
mod.
I
mogging,
absolutely love
it's
it. If you are
Well done,
unfamiliar with
lassie,
Blood Bowl
got
or
us
Morg in
hot.
particular,
Good
let
on
me
ya.
just tell you, he is genuinely one of the
Adam,
best
can you
things-
take him in a halfling team?
You can, and I have used him to lead my halflings to almost glory
Almost
a number
glory,
of
yeah.
times. I love him. He's so good. He hits like a freight train. He's really heavily armored. He's got great skills, mighty blow.
Oh,
loads of
trains
armor,
mentioned,
everything
guys.
you could possibly want, and he costs a load of points.
Freight train.
Can he throw
Come
halflings?
on.
He can throw a halfling. In fact, my halfling,
bread and the
my favourite
to the
halfling
bread and the
on
lamp
head
spread.
scored many a touchdown
Da,
and nearly
da,
died as he would be lobbed down the pitch. I could talk about Morg for far
Wait,
too long.
Thomas the
It's
Tank
coming
Engine,
soon.
I saw.
Very excited. Please let me have one.
Yes, you
Let's look at the
do.
models. Okay,
I gave
so
you all the Morgs.
there we go. These are the beautiful heavy metal painted Morg models, and here you can see what they look like. So going sort of from this side onwards, this is Morg. Were you to build him in that sort of gouged eye look, and you see his armor looks like these sort of armor that Black Orcs wear.
That is a good
Different
Ogren
Head,
enforcer.
different chest plates. You've got a bunch of different.
Yeah, and then this is Morg with the Reichland Reavers
I like
uniform.
his stripy
and then,
socks.
From I think the first edition Blood Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that's
second
quite
one,
cool.
Really, I think he's
Where will
appeared
your
in a couple of
heraldry
times.
be?
And then,
On my
if you
socks.
wanted to do him as Chaos All Stars,
Mhm.
you use this one. But ultimately, build your Morg how you want and just go and
Kaplunk.
clobber the enemy and score.
Yeah, that guy's
Right,
build him as you want.
We have the other models on the table
Except
as well. You can see
Always
the
make sure he has the
Minotaur,
crab claw.
a Rat Ogre, and then another Minotaur. These are all
Turn
hulking
him so you
models.
get a
They
really good
tower
shot of
above the
that.
average lineman.
Right with the cheese.
There you go. That's the real star.
He's the star. Yeah.
Perfect. So there we go. A good time for Blood Bowl. 3 amazing new big characters coming your way. A new way to play Blood Bowl in the new Spike Journal. I'm very excited about this. And we are nowhere near done with this preview.
Let's keep going.
Right. Why don't we
Just about
go
halfway.
to the Age of Darkness?
Oh, yeah, figured it was this. The rest of the custodians. Ooh.
Okay.
That is cool. Yeah, bark for your custodians, people in the chat.
He
Bark
loves
at home.
custodians.
He will guard you, by the way, Colin.
Oh, you can do 30k awful.
Oh, no, he won't.
Damn, that is decorated.
It's more custodies. It's
Well,
big-
welcome back. We
Right.
have really excited to talk now about the Adeptus Custodes or Legio Custodes.
Well,
Which one is it, Eddie?
It's both, Adam, because
Perfect.
the new box set that's on its way is a reinforcement set for the Custodes, and you can use it for either Warhammer.
Is that the
Horus
first time
Heresy
they've
or
done one with
Warhammer
has
You don't know
both
the meme
different
I've done.
symbols?
Believers, but the logo's on the box.
It couldn't
so
be clearer,
there's
could it?
no confusion. You can absolutely use this for either game system.
What meme?
There are 6 models in this
Wait,
box, which
I'll
doesn't
show
sound
you.
like a lot, but
Until
when you
realize how big they
until
are.
you look at the models, which are huge and awesome. So let's start with the
Gonorrhea,
fastest
where
unit.
Oh no,
these are the
flyer
JFR
stands.
jet bikes, an iconic unit from the Legio
I made
Custodes
this.
force. They are
God, that is intricate.
fast-moving, hard-hitting, heavily armed.
Oh
and
yeah, you've
armored
seen that one.
units
Do you know
which
what
are
crack
designed to
looks like?
swing and drive the back of enemy,
Not in real life.
forces.
Could be AI.
Each custodian
Could
is
be a
armed
fake.
like to the
Could be a
teeth.
deep fake.
There's
Could be
loads
a
of things to talk about here.
shallow
First
fake.
thing
I
would
don't
be
know.
to mention that there's different guns that come on these models. Essentially, you have a choice
So,
of the Adrathic Devastator, Arachnus.
The helmet's different. Is that the main thing?
Pulse laser. That's the
I mean, the
over and
bike
under one.
is
You can see it looks
quite-
a bit like an over and under shotgun. And then
It's,
you also
it's
have the
different from the
Arachnus bolt.
40k one
Loads
by
of
quite a
different
bit.
weapons to do loads
New
of different
bikes.
jobs.
Yeah. So
Got
one of the
more
things in
buttons.
a
Got
Custodes army,
creep,
obviously, is you haven't
papers.
got a lot of units because they
The
tend to come
40k
from
one's
point.
got like the
You might find
eagle
you've got a couple
on the
of,
front,
things that your
whereas
army's
this is
not very
more
good
like.
at killing.
I'm not gonna lie,
Oh,
this
yeah.
kind of
This
looks
you would
like.
boxes, you go, actually,
Looks like a
I really
pod
need to help
racer.
kill monsters.
Yeah, it is like you need two of them next to each other.
Always
to
wins.
be,
Almost
like, part
a
of the
gun
pod.
for almost any occasion, right?
Absolutely.
You can have different guns. for
My
each
man
unit,
is
or you
always
can
on
go, I
the
just want
ball,
more for really
ba.
good at killing vehicles.
It
That's
look,
a
yeah, it does look
specific
like,
specific
yeah.
vehicle, I think, that I'm
The
weak
drunk
with.
uncle's
Yeah.
talk.
Oh, man,
You
there's
also
no
have a
bats,
solid
no
power
deal.
lance, which is a formidable power weapon.
That
Is
especially
enormous. The Solarite lance. It's about
my
3
word.
times the length of a Space Marine. I reckon you could kebab about 5 Chaos Space Marines on that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 4 of these inside the set.
It's
very
offensive.
to go spearheading around the battlefield and just bring
Do you know
pain to
the
enemy.
origin of the
It's not the only
Nemoids?
thing that moves fast in this box. We also have the Palace Gravitack.
Yeah, the Palace Gravitack is a fast-moving
And then
skimmer
Joy's
for
like,
the
oh,
Custodians.
you know, I
You
did
can,
Red
get out
Tail.
with
That one
anti-improvement
looks nice.
weapon.
Is that
It's
different
also-
from
Looks a
40k
little
or?
bit like
I don't know what
a
this
land
one
speed
does.
is the way to think
Very
about it.
similar
to
It's
what
very
we've
useful for
got,
Custodians because
gotta be
you tend to
honest.
have a lot of very expensive models, so you don't have very many small units.
Oh, it's
So
like
this
their
can
version of like a
zip around the
little.
battlefield, take an
It's like
objective,
their land speeder.
getting the enemy where they're
Hmm.
hiding in a way that your infantry is very good at holding ground, but not very good at kind of chasing stuff down.
Yeah, and this is another one of those units you can use to sort of cater for where you think you might need additional strength. Has 2 weapons to choose from: the twin Arachnus Blaze Cannon or the twin Iliastus Accelerator Fusel.
Oh, now this
So
is
those are
pod
nice.
racing.
So you can tailor your
Yeah.
Palace.
The
to
backs of
deal
those
with-
engines look like the
Well, I
backs
think
of.
the model.
Yeah, I know. Like
pod
it really
racer
is
looks like we've gone back
undoubtedly
to
the
Phantom
Telemon
Menace.
Dreadnought. This is a brand new.
That is
Someone make
pretty
that a
decked
meme.
out.
A reinvention of the resin version, or the already very nice resin version of the Telemon Dreadnought, but in glorious multi-pop
This is
plastic, keeping all
pretty
the posability
bedecked.
with even more detail and even more weapon options.
That looks
speaking
sick.
of weapon options, I'll walk you through them. Between its shoulder blades, you can see
He doesn't
the
skip
Look at his
leg
little
day.
stubby
missile launcher.
fingers.
But there are other weapon options
All right.
too. Here you can see the
Yeah, how's he gonna
Iliastus
pick up
Accelerator
anything?
Culverin, the Adrathos
I just like his dream
Devastator,
catchers
and the
hanging
Arachnus
off his
Storm Cannon.
shoulder pads.
On
They're
his
quite cool.
other hand, so you
Sure.
can build those as you will. Choose the one that suits your
And
loadout.
he's got
On
the
other
crotch
hand, you have
tassels.
the
Got to have a
Estus.
crotch tassel.
That's essentially
He's not
fancy
soul
Legion
stone.
in terms of Power Fist with twin
That'd be
neutronium
pretty,
cascade.
Wear a pank. Pank
Yeah.
here.
A bit like a flamethrower, but with
Pank there.
neutroniums.
Absolutely, Neutronians.
Someone
more
says,
dead
"Wear a
than flame,"
pank."
apparently.
Gotta
So
be,
there you go.
right?
One of those guns is, of course,
He's
new.
right
The one
there.
that's currently equipped.
He's right there.
The name escapes me. Sorry. The
Oh, I think you are
They say
talking
were,
about the Iliastus Accelerator.
exactly that one.
Colon
and
looks
this
a
is just
different
beautiful
dreadnought.
kit, right?
What does
So
that
you
mean?
can paint this up very quickly if you want.
What does that
to,
mean?
Like gold spray and then a wash would make it look beautiful.
That's just him
Oh,
from the
But
side.
take your time over all the detail of this. It is absolutely dripping in detail, more detail even than was on some of those resin versions.
drip
that
tiny
came
head.
out. We have one on the
Immensely large
table,
calf
and
muscles
we
of
brought along
dreadnought.
some other dreadnoughts, so you can
You
sort of
can't skip
see
calf day.
how it scales up.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. This Telemon Dreadnought is
Bundled in.
ever so slightly larger
garbage.
than the resin one. So we brought a Leviathan
Do
Dreadnought.
you remember when you saw a Leviathan for the first time and thought you're never going to be
Nothing could ever be
Yeah,
cooler than a
absolutely.
Leviathan Dreadnought, and he's still pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
Leviathans
absolutely.
a lot. But the Telemon Dreadnought stands a good head above the
Where are you working?
even the
You're guarding.
Leviathan.
Did someone go too
Last
close
summer's
to our
release,
door?
lots of people may
across the
have
street?
got their hands on a Saturnine.
Jesus, those
Dreadnought.
dreadnoughts are
There's
pretty
some similarity,
damn
between
big.
these two in
I
terms
want
of
one
the
of
shape,
those
the
so
strong
bad,
presence.
man.
The Telemon
boys.
is a little taller.
Although they are getting a lot of
silencing.
real estate from those
Tonight
shoulder
is
pads.
a
Let's
little
not
bit
forget
broader.
ourselves.
True.
Yeah, absolutely. So this one definitely is.
You know, like
more
when you had
massive,
like in
the
the
weight of it
90s
looks
or
looks heavy.
2000s where like
But the
women would
Telemon
have these
stands
like
ever so
suits
slightly
with
taller,
the
which
really
might
like
just been
puffed up
2000s.
shoulders.
That's the 80s, isn't it?
Or is it 80s
Yeah.
where they had like the really
Yeah.
squared off ones?
So
like,
all of these
Definitely older.
models that we've talked about
is that,
the,
but for a dreadnought.
Falcon jet bikes, the Palace Gravitack, and the Telemon Dreadnought will be available in
With
plastic for the first
wiring
time
and
as part of this
everything.
box set, and then available separately.
Russell has opinions. He
later
does,
on.
irrational.
Yeah,
And you
absolutely.
can use them, definitely use them for both Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer Horus.
You absolutely can. One of the new detachments for the Custodes in Warhammer 40,000 has some specific upgrades for Telemon Dreadnoughts as well. So
Go on.
Great, nice. So that's not everything for
apparently not.
the
Never
Age of
mind.
Darkness. We also have a new Journal Tactica on the way. This is Journal Tactica Prospero Burns, the Judgment of Valdor.
Oh,
This
hasn't
deals
Prospero
with the
suffered enough?
actions of Constantine
No.
Valdor and the Legio Custodes
Prospero
during the
must
burning of
burn again.
Prospero when
Burn
they
it to
join
cinders.
forces with the Space Wolves
And
to
then go
bring
plan upon
judgment
plan
to Magnus
when
and his
Magnus
errant
becomes the
sons.
soul of
yeah,
sin.
we know quite a lot about the burning of Prospero. We've seen
Yes,
it
we
from
do.
the Thousand Suns perspective. We've
My
seen it from
favourite
the
part
Space
is when the
Wolves
Thousand
perspective.
Sons
We
were
know that the Custodes
wrecking
were
the
there,
Custodes because
and
they
we
had
haven't
no
really heard much
psychers.
about what the Custodes were up to, and this explores
They were just
that
absolutely
kind of find
bullying
out
them.
what they were doing while the two legions were taking chunks out of each other. One of the things that's quite cool about it is that the Custodes obviously on one side. On the other side, there are some Thousand Sons, but the main antagonist really for them is a
The
demonic.
tassels are
Yeah, absolutely.
perturges
For the
from
first time, this
cataphractii
presents
terminators made from
full army
woven
list of demons
adamantine
and
threads.
including new psychic disciplines. So
Is that a
you can
comment someone
start
said?
using
Yeah.
the warp denizens.
Some people
that
know too much
feature
about
in,
Warhammer,
who
and I
we
already
work
know
with
too
on-
much about Warhammer. No, we don't.
That's the
we
pot
don't need
calling
this.
the kettle black there,
Yeah,
Hal.
we don't need that.
Mister, I'm
there's
going
even
to
more
take
stuff in
over
there than we
Randy's
talked about
score
here.
by by
there's,
doubling my points
some,
like a
new,
bitch.
rules
Rather
Wow,
than playing
someone
on
is
the draw dog.
There's a whole bunch of
salty.
stuff
It's
I am.
salty.
I'm the salt mines.
which really
Come on.
shines a light on an area.
I can't
of
hear
Horus
you.
Heresy we've not looked
Oh,
at
hey,
before.
Charles.
Can
Yes,
you hear me?
and that's the best kind of Horus Heresy game. Is you,
Froggy,
ones where you go
deduct
back to the, like,
10,000
moments
points from
of
hell
the
in
war,
next Jeopardy
refighting
quiz.
it. Like, what if it was
You
an
can't even get
Okay.
to my side of the
Thank you.
club. You can't even get in.
Absolutely.
creating those amazing stories is what it's all about.
So, sticking with the Age of Darkness, but going a bit smaller as we look at some Legions Imperialis.
Or possibly bigger.
But yes, bigger and smaller at the same time. We
Smaller?
have
Big
three
boy.
models we're going to talk about now. These are models for the Titan Legions. This is the Warlord Battle Titan with Quake Cannon and Conversion Beam Extirpator. To extirpate means to destroy utterly.
Do they just
and
release
that
a
is what the
new
weapon loadout on
fucking
the
Warlord
Titan
Titan?
was supposed to do. As you see
Yeah.
this video playing before you, can see what all the
Jesus.
different weapons are. There's a whole bunch, and they have really long and difficult to say live on air names.
Or is this
such
just the
as
guns?
You can still try,
Beam
I think.
Extirpator. This is a kit which will come packaged all
want
together, so
cookie
you
dough.
get the Warlord Titan and
Infamous
all of these
Steelers
weapons.
book.
It includes some extra bits and pieces. So there's some guns to go on the turrets. You've got Gatling blasters and turbo laser destructors. You have 2 Warlord heads inside the kit, and it also contains all the cards you would need to use this if you were playing Adeptus Titanicus.
Nice.
If you just want the weapons, they'll be available separately. You just won't get all the cards.
Oh, it's the actual whole Warlord Titan.
This is one of 3.
Jesus
I'll talk about. The next
Christ.
one is the Warlord Battle Titan with Volkite Destructor and Macro
Legions
Gatling
Imperialis.
Blaster.
Oh, it's a
Again,
different thing, guys. It's definitely a
Friday night.
different thing.
Heroes
Oh,
of
it's the
another
smaller
towering,
scale, of
God
course.
engine.
No,
Yeah.
that's not
Titan Legions. It has a whole bunch of different weapons, which you can see playing out on your screen. They include the Graviton Ruinator, which you can see here. It's the biggest Graviton gun I've
Aren't
ever
there
seen.
2 small scale
Volkite Destructor,
Warhammer
Macro
things?
Gatling Blaster, and the Vulcan Mega Bolter Array, which sits
Yeah.
on its shoulders. It also includes a Warlord
Are
Titan
they
heads
both
and
the
the
same
Titan
small
Dimension
scale, or are
Warlord
they
to
different?
play.
I just know Legions Imperialis is
Adam,
the
what
one
if I had
know.
a slightly smaller Titan but still wanted loads of massive guns?
Yeah.
Complicated names, then
Aeronautica and like Imperialis is kind of like our equivalent of
and
Epic.
Volkite Annihilator.
Okay.
We saw some earlier. We
Mid-sized
were at
Titan
Warhammer
packs
World.
an
We saw
incredible
some,
punch
not
with
this,
weapons such as
but
the aforementioned
similar
Graviton
models. And it was just
Obliterator,
like the
the
Space
Volkite
Marines.
Annihilator. It also has
And the
the
Titans
Vulcan
are about
Mega
as big
Bolter
as
option for
a
its
Dreadnought.
carapace, and
Yeah.
you just saw it
Like
there.
a
My
mini-
favorite,
That's
possibly,
a bit
of all
bigger.
time,
Would this
had
be the same size as like a
Oh,
Dreadnought?
Reva.
Bit-
Those are some cool
Bit
guns. and some
bigger,
great
but-
verbs.
Yeah, it
Scale
also
They're
has
like,
a
20,
Reaper head
they're like 20 odd centimeters or something.
Titanicus,
Yeah.
and you can get the weapon separately should you
They're like-
desire no more Titans. What's wrong with you? There we go. Pretty exciting. Should you play Little Heresy?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Little
let's take a
Heresy.
breather. Now might be the
Just
time.
wee
to talk
heresy.
A little bit about something coming to Warhammer Plus very soon.
Oh,
There is a new
I've still got my
animation. Look at the
subscription.
Butcher's nails.
Hello.
Oh, is this the World Eater animation? World Eater guy.
Is this not just bolt gun?
No. I think they've kind of
It's like a good bolt gun.
It's like a bespoke. It's like Iron Within. It's like a bespoke animation. I
Oh,
think.
Dreadclaw drop pod and everything.
Oh, an Imperial
Oh.
Fist. Varak will be crossed.
Lamenta!
Lol, 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 lol. Varak, F in the chat.
Did you shout
Everyone go to
Lamenta?
Varak and just put F, F, F,
What
F.
can you tell us about
I'm
Butcher's
doing F
nails?
in the
Yeah,
chat.
this is a
Oh,
new
that looks
animation
sick.
coming to Warhammer TV for
That did
Warhammer
look
Plus
good.
subscribers. It is a one-off standalike episode, so it's a Hammer and Bolter episode of Warhammer
Nice.
40,000.
At least Hammer and Bolter
effectively,
apparently
tells the story of a
upgraded
Khorne
their
Berserker who
their
start a
stuff.
chaos assault on an Imperial
Or
stronghold.
is it the new
As
ones?
you
where
would
they
imagine
just do
for a
them?
World Eater story, it is
Oh,
incredible.
someone
the
sent me a
budget.
clip earlier
Homage
from
to the bloodiest
from
and
the
most violent
Sisters of
piece of
Battle
Warhammer
Warhammer
animation
Plus
that gets
thing,
featured
where
on Warhammer
this
TV,
sister is like,
and
I
it is
found this
pretty much
relic.
non-stop
Aren't you
carnage
so
from the
proud of me?
moment
Have I been
that,
forgiven? And they
the
chuck her in an
shops
engine,
open
and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
just like, wait, no.
Penitent.
Here you can see
Yeah,
the shot that we
Yeah.
Anchor, right.
in the trailer. This looks like the head-up display inside the helmet of the World Eater.
Yeah, so not all of it, but some of the animation is shown from the literal perspective of the World Eater, who is obviously a little bit unhinged. The Butcher's nails are starting to bite. If he doesn't get continuous kills and carnage, he starts to go kind of slowly insane. And he basically is chopping his way through as many enemies as he can find, partly to try and achieve victory, but mostly just to try and make the whining of the
just,
nails cease. Even for the
antagonizing
briefest of
Varak's chat.
Fantastic. And we got a
Yeah,
sense
dead
of who
Imperial
is fighting,
Fist,
but
F in the
what's
chat,
what's
F in the
the
chat.
battle between
I mean,
who's the
he
protagonist?
almost really he doesn't really mind.
They've done that thing where to have that guy's arm with his gun to be at that angle, it would have to be a really awkward place in front of his helmet.
Stand up against
Space
Berserker.
Marines of the Imperial
There are
Fist,
some Space Marines of the Imperial Fist. There's some other Chaos Space Marines in the mix
who I'm sure
as well.
don't get in the way
They'll
at
get
all.
on fine, I'm sure.
Lovely.
You know, it's not a known for betrayal or anything. It's all good. But
Fantastic.
yes, it's going to be a non-stop action carnage fest. It's a really fun animation.
Perfect. And coming out fairly soon.
It comes out in August.
Awesome. That's very exciting. So, from the Butcher's Nails and Warhammer Plus, let's go.
Do you know on
to
the
Mortal
actual
Realms.
stream there's 43,000 people watching it? That's crazy. My favorite, my boys.
Cookie boys.
God, look at that build. Look at that body build.
How's like the ideal man doesn't exist? Meanwhile, how like
the ideal man?
ideal man.
In the blood.
That stomach could support a family. In terms of he could eat an entire family.
Did you know your chum is a drum?
To swallow the realm.
Red the more. Nice. He's got a little cold.
That's pretty cool.
Butcher.
H. I forgot I'll be up.
Me at 3 in the morning.
God, they love a good tune. That is damn cool. What
They put
the
a lot of
hell?
effort into that compared to everything else so far.
That was very exciting.
And they just show a foot at the end there. What was that?
Some kind of
Well, it's
bipedal
the feet,
monster.
obviously.
The feet pics of
I
Hammer
am super excited about this release. This is an enormous range refresh for the Ogor
But when do they
Mawtribes.
reveal the
There's so much to talk
Warhammer
about.
itself?
I think let's start with the army
Hmm.
set which is coming
Hell,
out. This is the
there's
first
already
place
many
you'll get a
holding
chance
that.
to get your hands on some of the new miniatures. This is an enormous army launch set, a little bit like what we've seen with some of the armies
Yeah,
recently.
like the Hellsmiths and so on.
Exactly like the Hellsmith, same sort of
I like
concept.
that they
You
always
get
have the
a very
belly
cool version of the
balls.
Battle Tome and the first chance to
You gotta
get hold
protect
of
your
some
gut.
miniatures.
Mm.
Let's
It's
have a
your
quick chat
your
about
number
some
one
of the stuff
thing.
in this set.
Sure. So
Oh,
first
is
out the
that-
gates would be
those that don't have a
main
gut.
stage
Oh.
of
You
the
gotta
Warhammer,
fight
the Gluttons,
for your
the
right
sort of,
to
replacement or
burger.
refresh of what in old days you might have called ogre bulls, and boy do they look good.
Yeah, the Ogre Bulls are still really cool models, like,
Yeah,
but they are they've been around for a while now. They're more than 20 years
You
old.
shocked me with
Yeah,
that
I'm
when
sorry
I
about
realised how
that,
old I was. Yeah.
So they are well
you, Andy.
actually deserving of a refresh. This is a really cool update for them. They still keep the kind of general aesthetic of the Ogre Bulls, but they're much more dynamic. They're a little bit bigger.
The
armor
helmets are
plates much
giving
more impressive.
I
They
really like the changing
Isengard.
helmets. They look like they're
Yeah.
flexible downwards
yeah,
blows
and
away
if you
from the
remember, like
shoulders as well.
the first time those models came out, they were designed for Warhammer Fantasy. Where they had
Bring
the
me
rank
in,
up,
or
so
give me an
the poses were
army
quite sort of
worthy
limited
of
on a lot of
Mordor.
These are much like
Also,
cooler,
apparently,
Build me an
more
army. God,
impressive
I have to
poses,
get that
even
one.
So that
things like having
Valrak's
those
chat
arms out,
during this
they just look
Ogre
really
reveal.
cool. Detail on them is obviously
Valrak's at
20
Greg's.
years
Yeah.
on from the last time
Yeah,
we saw
yeah.
the Ogre Bulls. So these
Wow.
are really,
Oh,
really cool
stick,
miniatures.
mate.
You
Oh,
get
it's
10
my
of these in
favourite.
that launch box. This is only the most basic of the Ogre Mawtribes units.
Fantastic.
Let's move on to
Thank
I
you.
think might
Thank
be
you,
one of my
Glenn.
favorites.
Yeah, so
Thank you,
mine
Glenn.
too. I think the Iron Guts have always
close
looked
the
really
Greg's
cool.
by
and
me,
these
'cause it's
are
too
even
hot.
cooler if possible. The Iron Guts are an
When was the last time
you had a
they
kebab,
carry
Froggy?
enormous weapons and
Mm.
they wear more armor, so you can
Huh?
see those armor plates on the arms.
You said a while
all
back
up
you
to
were
the
like, oh,
shoulders.
everyone in chat, we're going to have a
Their
kebab
helmets are a
day.
little bit
Did it
fancy,
go
but
well?
these
Yeah, we
massive
did.
200
It was
They
great.
look like they mean
Oh,
absolute business,
yeah,
right?
no
Like
kidding.
the size of those
They
weapons.
teased me with
again, much
talk
more
of
dynamic. Those
kebabs.
blades are about twice the
Sorry.
size of
How
a
should he eat a
right? So they're
kebab?
going to make
It was like
absolutely
2 weeks ago.
amazing. You're an excellent
I've
unit
made
for
dinner
Warhammer.
like
Age
a
of Sigmar, they're
Second
still an
dinner,
excellent unit, and now the
second
miniatures
dinner
are even
kebab.
I'm
Idiot.
tempted to get
Kebab.
Pizza
This rabbit
Express.
in line, you need an Ogre Tyrant. So
Eh.
this model is a multi-part
I don't
kit.
want to
We'll
go
need you to build
outside
in
and I
in a
have no
couple of ways.
food.
Essentially, a really
Pizza
powerful,
Express is
heavy
not the best,
ogre
though.
character.
No, but it's like that
love
when you
the
want something
both
cheap and shitty, and you know that it's like going to
to,
be the right kind of cheap and
punchy styles
shitty,
that you can do with
that
an
you
ogre
can't be
army
disappointed by it.
if you want to, or you could go for
like
Gutbuster
Hearing
with
this
one.
display from
whichever
Froggy,
you
like,
prefer.
oh,
Yeah, if you've got the
cheap
kind
and
of
shitty
peaceful radio,
features.
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
And I think you can obviously have a mix of them as well. But
Yeah, that's
you've
different.
got
That's
a lot of
that's
different ways to
distinguished.
kind of lean into different ogre armies.
It's
And just
distinguished
nice to
if
have a
you're
multi-part
not from the
character, right, where you
US.
can immediately start to make him your own.
It's
One
the
of the big
national
things
treasure.
about
It's an
ogres for their
institution.
entire history is the idea of like big names, right? They carry that through.
God, those models
this,
do look good.
This battle
It's not
as
even
well,
cheap, to be
where
fair.
the leader of your force is literally making
That's
a
like
name for
delivery
himself by
prices these
achieving various
days.
feats. So being able to kind of have the
Yeah.
help of the things to defeated on him. Absolutely. Those units
Thank
we've all
you for
seen
the
before in
pizza
different
fun,
ways.
Darren.
Next unit is effectively a new type.
I
These are
guess
the
I have
Maul
to
Beast
now.
Cavalry and the Maul Beast Raiders.
Oh, the
This
little
is a
cheeky
2 for
boy.
hit
Oh, he's got
make
bird.
it
Is that a
crit.
swan?
They
Or was that a
function in
vulture?
similar way. Both of them are
I think
cavalry
that's a
units. The
vulture.
Maul Beast Raiders are your kind of fast.
Is that the vulture
moving
from
scout
Ice
unit.
Age
The Maul
2?
Beast Cavalry are your hard-hitting
Goose.
shock.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
cavalry. They're a little bit more
referencing?
armored. The guy in
I
the back has
do.
more
I just
weapons,
wasn't ready for
whereas
the
the Maul
Ice
Beast
Age
Raiders
2
The Ice
range
Age
attack.
2
These
reference?
effectively replace the Mornfang Cavalry in your ogre list.
To be fair,
They
I've
fulfill a
seen
similar
Hal
sort
laugh.
of role
That
in
mount
the
looks
army.
like his
Yeah,
laughing
and
face.
we'll talk a little bit more about just how
That.
tough they are.
Wow.
in a little while. So these are all the models.
I don't
that
think
come
I put that
inside
face in
your
my
mouth.
army set. Obviously, you need the battle tome and the war score cards as well.
I've
That's
seen
what
Andy
we
laugh.
Battle
He
tome
laughs a
comes
very
with the
warm
Ogor
and
Mawtribes
kind
set. It's got
laugh.
this lovely sort of finish to it. You can see
Laced
the tyrant on the
with
front.
contempt.
Obviously,
Drugs.
we stand
No,
on
I'm
this
joking.
The
Fentanyl.
The Fent laugh.
This is
Wow.
the way. It wasn't all we saw in that awesome
Fenty
video,
Wap
though.
laugh.
Do you want to show the box?
Yeah,
It's
I've
pretty
got the
cool.
box right here. So this is the box. It's really lovely. That
Fenty
is all the
Wap.
stuff you get in there.
Yeah.
So you get 10 of those.
1738.
You get the tyrant, you get 2
Really?
cavalry, and you get that big unit of Iron Guts, and then you get your.
Fetty
battle
Wap
tome
back
and
in
your
2026, guys.
Fantastic.
They're still pushing those
so,
secret lab chairs, aren't they?
What else is
Seems
there to
like
talk about? Well, I guess we
ones.
saw some things which fit in a different sort of part of the ogre army with the sort of more seekers component, right?
My beautiful wife, Susan.
One of the bits of the ogre
Lovely.
force is the kind of tyrant and the Iron Guts and things like that. Another
It's
fairly
looking
major
lovely
part of ogre
today,
society
lads.
Are the more seekers, the butchers, and the things that follow in the butcher's
poor
wake.
guy there's like,
The
"Oh
butcher
my
again is a model that's been out for a very long time,
Grabbed by
well
the
worth an
mouth.
update. This model is a
don't have
phenomenally cool
legs.
upgrade.
Also deeply disturbing.
Yeah, you've I think you've got some strong feelings on
His
exactly
face is,
how unpleasant
I
this
just wonder
particular
There's
model is.
nothing
It's great,
cooking
but he's
now.
definitely
That
a
face
The
is,
longer you look, the more
Yeah.
disturbing it gets.
Yeah.
The way he's holding the corpse in his hand, the gore sloshing around in his cauldron.
I quite
and all
like
this
him.
For what is essentially a really beefy ogre wizard.
Yeah, butchers are sort of part wizard,
He would
part
be
chef,
good for a
part shaman, part mystic.
Death Guard
So
kit
they're
bash.
really important to ogre society. Ogre
Just give me a
society
different
basically is
head.
all about eating.
Give me the
Yeah.
All ogres
Death
at
Guard
the core
helmet.
have this kind of unending hunger, which they interpret as the will of the god
Yeah.
Mor, who may or may not be part of the greater pantheon of Gorka Morka, depending on which ogre you speak to. And butchers try to tap into that arcane power, that kind of godly power, and manifest it as various different spells. A lot of their magic is to do with consuming something and then
Those
manifesting
nips,
that.
yeah,
into
they put a lot of
magic
effort in painting those nips.
There are more devotees of the
Droopy
golden god
nips on a
coming.
model
This
in
is one of those
2026.
bits.
We got
These are
that
the
before
ogre cleavers,
GTA
and they are
6 still.
kind of like butchers in
Oh,
training.
please
right?
remember when
Yeah,
we saw
these
the
are
Warhammer
fanatics
World? They already
of
had the
ogre
troll.
society who follow in the wake of the butchers. They do a range of different things. After a battle, they'll
Good
collect up
fucking
all the various
creature.
body parts and offal and bits of enemies to throw into the cauldron for the butcher.
Wrong
They are kind of fanatically driven disciples of the butchers and of the god Mor.
The combination of the
God, my
design
ideal
team
haircut.
and the heavy metal painting team have really just
What?
worked
Never
out
mind.
horribly.
My ideal
Yeah, I mean,
haircut
Blood
there.
God
Oh,
is
are you sure
Absolutely
about
crying
that?
out for the
Gore
advances,
up
isn't
to
it?
the elbows.
I don't mean to be
cold
rude.
blue
I'm
purple.
just
These
not
are
sure how good
incredible.
that'd look on
They're
you,
not
man.
the only things within this
Nah.
War Seeker collective.
I already have
the
like the early 2000s curtains going. So
Yeah, Gutsiers are even more horrible and sinister
Nothing
than
wrong
the
with being ready
butchers,
for
if you
boy
can imagine
band
that.
time.
These have tapped
Mhm.
into the power of Mor, and the way that they work in game is that your wizards become more powerful and can effectively cast spells through these guys when they're nearby.
Small
The thing that I
unclean
really like
ones.
about them from a mint perspective is those gut plates.
Oh,
If you
that
look
guy's
at
a
the
bit
gut plates on
stubby.
something like the Iron Guts, they have just armored guts,
He's
whereas
just
these
a
are
little guy.
yeah, these guts
the
look
water?
like intestines or offal or
and they're kind of
guts,
rendered in
basically.
really like arcane parody. There's
I
something
love
very
it. I think it's
disturbing
really.
going on.
They look like they'd be loads of fun to paint.
Yep. And then, of course,
There's a
at the
vegetable
center of
on my
all of this is Red the More. This is the High
Jesus.
Quartermaster, sort of like the head of this cult of the gulping god. Eddie, what can you tell us about Red?
This is a brand new character for the Ogor Mawtribes. This
The
is one
dog.
of the most powerful characters in your Ogre army. One of the most powerful characters in all of Age of Sigmar. Goes to battle on
The
this
dog.
enormous kind of
Oh, that
cauldron
dog is so
construct, pulled into battle by a Gorger. Gorgers are the other part of that kind of Mor Seeker grouping. So Mork Seekers covers your butchers, your gorgers, and all the kind of various fanatics that follow in their wake. You've got
That
this
is a cool
enormous
model.
cauldron, which I assume is where the enemy army goes after the battle. They get thrown in there. And
I'm
this
glad they
is
cleared
both
up
an
that the
incredible miniature,
gorger
but
is a
also an
gorger.
incredibly powerful piece for your Age
Yeah.
of Sigmar armies. We'll have a little look at some of the
You know, it
rules
could have been
around
confused with a
later.
barber, I guess.
And in
True.
lore terms, this is the
Ogre
high,
barber,
the high priest,
the most
of
employed
the
man.
Golden God. So ogres from across the realms
did it.
flock to
Gotta
spread
get your
the
top
lore
knots
to hear what
crisp.
they've got to say.
I love the fact it's been pulled about
Yeah.
by Gorge as well. That's just really cool.
God,
So
you're joint
all of these
fan.
models are coming in the not too distant future for the Ogor Mawtribes.
Yep.
Obviously, you need a battle tome to learn all about it, and so
Hello.
there'll be the standard edition on the left or the gamers edition on the right to let
The
you get
gamers
start
edition.
playing your games.
Yeah, so I mean, this
does that
is
come
sizable
with?
update things for
The ogre bathwater.
I was
all of
very
the-
excited.
for the ogres. The,
Oh,
the
here we
couple
go.
more things on the way.
Sick.
The other thing that's worth saying is a couple of the existing
Oh.
units do stick around as well. So particularly some of the big Beastclaw Raider monsters. So if you've got something like
Hey,
Stonehorns and stuff in your army, you can still absolutely use those, and they work really nicely alongside that Tyrant, which we have one on the table here done up as a
It's got that beast claw.
yeah,
vibe
got the kind
vibe
of
going on,
beast
hasn't it?
claw vibe. There with I'll turn him around so you can see the kind of pelt on his back,
Having fun, bud.
which is really cool.
Yes.
Nah.
So should we have a
Back
little bit of a
shots.
look at some of the rules? and
Yeah, let's do
things
it.
And what you'll find inside the battle tome. So these are the faction rules, the battle traits for your ogres. What can you tell us, Eddie?
Yeah, so we're not going to go through the entirety.
Can I
'cause
go
we've got
down,
all the
down?
page of
Screen
rules
grab
there,
if
but
you really
yeah,
wanna
if you're an
know.
ogre player or you want to
There
know
you
you're
go.
going to be up against an Age of Sigmar, take your screen grab
Good
now.
boy.
They're purposely
fundamentally,
saving the
there's
Space
two
Marine
big
stuff to the very end as
First, the
well,
army
because they know us.
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
in combat with an enemy unit at the end.
They
of the
know
turn.
that we're Space Marine hordes, and we are going to
You
wait.
can just have some lunch. You can
Have a
take
snack.
take a chunk out of the enemy unit you're fighting, and you can get a bunch of
What?
different rules. So this encourages your ogre army to get.
I mean, how
Shilling.
long
If
it's
they're
been
in the
on
middle
for
of the enemy
now?
army, they can start getting bonuses.
Uh,
It's
1
really
hour and
strong
19
stuff in there. You've got
minutes.
stuff like run and charge.
Okay,
Probably-
yeah.
You make the unit
That's
harder to
almost-
kill,
Probably an hour and
you can hit
10.
harder. You can mess with enemy wizards, all sorts of stuff.
Fantastic.
Oh, you
Um,
going off again?
Go on.
And then you've got the other special rule in there,
Yeah.
which
What's
is
it have?
basically like a special thing where when you charge into an enemy unit, you can basically say, would you like to stay where you are and take the ogre's charge, in which case you take a bunch of mortal wounds, or you can say, well, I'll give you the opportunity to move backwards if you like, in which case your opponent immediately cedes ground to your ogres. So it's really good for shifting units off objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting hit by that wall of iron and muscle.
I agree, Christian.
Obviously, the war scrolls have been looked at as well. So these are the Maul Beast cavalry that we showed you before. They come in the army set. And I talked about how.
Oh, that's a cute
devastating
picture.
powerful
You
they
see on
are.
the right.
Got
Like,
my
that's-
friend.
Yeah.
He's smiling like it's his
It's-
birthday.
It's like, hey, school photo, cheese, and he's like,
many attacks. Incredible.
That is kind of
I think this is a really
objectively
powerful unit.
cute.
If you're familiar with the way that ogres work today, you'll know how Mournfang cavalry work. You'll be familiar with the stats. A lot of the stats are fairly similar to Mournfangs, but across the board, wherever there's a change, it tends to be a bit better. For the Maul Beast cavalry, they are a really tough unit to deal with because they're excellent on the charge,
Dog.
bonuses to charge, but they're also excellent when being charged. So they're
Who's
a
a
really
bigger bowl,
hard unit
Daughters
to
of
kind
Cain or
deal with
ogres?
your enemy. I think just a couple of these on the flanks would
Oh,
be great,
we'll have
or
to
even
see.
investing on a big double-sized
you
unit,
can-
slamming it into the middle of the enemy army. Would be
banners.
very powerful.
Yeah, and you can see some of the special rules and things that are going on there. But I
The
love
BDSM
the
ladies do be having Cane cauldrons.
Sort of like scouting
They
units.
do.
Brilliant. We talked a little bit about Read the More. Here is rules. There is a lot to take in.
Yeah, this is one of the kind of
Has
big
anyone
kind of
watched
big names
Van Helsing
of the ogres as well. We're not going to go through
with
every
Yeah.
one.
Hugh Jackman?
Take a screenshot.
Yeah.
The guy in the middle
Things
definitely
to
looks
call
like
out
their
are
version
this
of
is
Frankenstein.
Adorable character.
Fun
Yeah.
fact. Did you know that new film where he's like
You've got to throw a lot of stuff
talking
at
to
this guy before he
sheep
goes down.
and they murder
The
mystery,
level 2
his
wizard,
murder?
always going to be
It's his
useful.
most
The thing
successful
to
movie
really
of all
shout out
time.
is that command ability where
It looks really. People said it's really
you can
good.
open unit
It's
nearby,
amazing,
and that
apparently, but it
unit can
looks
benefit
really
from-
bad.
as if it was in
I mean,
What's it
we're like,
called?
everyone we've spoken to is
Sheep
like, it's
Detective.
amazing. You should watch
in
it,
your army
mate.
special rules,
But it
you can
looks
just
so
give
tacky
those
and
out to
rubbish,
units
like,
nearby
no,
for a
it's
command point,
amazing.
and you can do some great stuff
Oh.
with that. You've got one of them in there,
Okay.
which is run and charge. So
Mhm.
right from the off, you can
Just
be like,
don't forget,
I really want
everyone.
one of my units in
Hugh
combat on the
Jackman
first turn. You
cheated
can
on
just
his
do it.
wife.
You've also got an ability that gives wards.
Shame.
against loads of
Big
nearby
shame.
units. So this is just
Shame.
absolutely really useful
Shame.
linchpin unit for the middle of your army.
Sorry, if you came for the ogre,
A lot
the
of
ogre
people rate
tribes,
stuff
we're
coming
talking about
on the
Hugh
way
Jackman.
for the Mortal Realms
Hmm.
with the Ogre Mawtribes and this
Hugh
incredible
Jackman
range
lore.
refresh.
Yeah, we've got some close-ups here.
Should we
We've
grab
got
a look?
just a sense of how big they are. I don't know if we've got a human for scale.
He could put the cauldron
where we
in
look.
his mouth to really
So,
give us
if you've
scale.
got Read the More in the middle, you can see the size.
You get it?
Why do you want him to just put everything in his mouth? What is
For dinner.
For scale.
Spoon for
You can have fun with like making
You
a
need
meat
that as
model
a
where like
t-shirt. The next
if you
LoreCrimes
could just put it
t-shirt.
in his mouth for
scale.
if you had that one model, you could have so much fun with like making a meme unit where like something's climbing its way out and it's like a
loads of things going on the back.
character, like oh it's Bertaravo, oh it's Caiaphas Cain. You could have so many characters reaching out of the cauldron and be like, it's a little meme.
You know what they should do? They should put for scale just just a beef burger next to burger and bun next to all the models, so you know for scale.
I'm really excited to see them come out. I think they're going to
Barely disguised to put plastic in my mouth.
So I like the PvP profile picture of what's his name from
down
Destiny.
to the Underhive.
What's his name? Something called.
Oh, Necromunda!
But the character model is so loud.
Wow,
Okay.
The music is far.
Saint 14, I think it is. He's like a fun robot. He's like kind of a white streak. But
Me after first
and he
coffee.
I feel like compare this model to a burger for scale. Forge knowledge.
I know the people who play Necromunda say like they're having so much fun with it. I just don't feel that as drawn to it.
Saint 14. Yeah, there we go.
It is very fun. Played one.
I feel like Necromunda is that thing. Was like, is it amazing? Yeah, we play it. No, it's just that thing of like,
Welcome
oh,
back and welcome
hi.
to the Underhive with a new edition.
They're only
of
doing for
Necromunda's
collection at my
skirmish.
Pizza
This is very
Express. I'd have
exciting.
to
I'm
go
a big fan of
outside.
Necromunda. I've played
Greatest
it
Titan
since
to
I was
ever
a
live.
16-year-old
Well, I
boy.
played Destiny
for it.
It's great to see a new edition
14,
come.
so
This is essentially an edition reset
was
for
in the running.
Necromunda, and this core set here that you can see here, this 2-player battle box, is the perfect way to get into it.
Average night in Camden. That's the box art.
Here you can see it on the screen.
I don't think it's quite that bad. We were in it. It was nice.
The Goliath.
I took
against the
Hal
Escher
and
in
Colin
a
to
classic
Cyberdog.
house
They
matchup.
found it
Let's have a
illuminating,
look at
shall we
some of the
say.
kits that come with it.
Yeah, I have a
We've got
picture
boxes
of Andy next to some of
We've got
the
great,
stuff.
images to you on the screen. It contains 2 gangs within the box. The first of which
about
is
the
the Blades of the
To be fair, they didn't have the
This is
the,
all new
the
models.
dancers in
We've
the
not
like,
released these
cage
ones
area.
before, and there's
Which
some
kind of-
fantastic options in there. At the
You
back,
know that
for
bit we
example,
went
you
in,
can
there
see
were
a
like
hunter's
2 little
report,
cage areas,
pistols
but they
and a
like have
multi-harness. On the right-hand
Like,
side, you've got one
I'm here to buy
which
things.
is
What is going on up
a
there?
Blade
They're like,
Maiden
it's
with a
our
shock whip.
aesthetic. Like, okay.
You've got the Chem
Oh.
Maid.
Camden's worse.
We were saying in Warhammer World, like
crazy looking flame
they
thing
might
you can
like
see
branch
from the back.
out for
Loads of
merchandising.
fantastic
Do you
options.
think they'd ever do a
You can
Warhammer
pull out
butt plug?
Escher, gang. If you've already got an Escher gang, you'll probably want to add these to
Maybe.
it because it gives you even
The
more
Emperor
options and even
protects.
more fantastic models.
Hell,
This is
that's
also a
what 3D
perfect
printing
starting
is
point for an
for.
Escher
That would be
gang.
more
Hmm.
condoms,
Who've
right?
Never played.
Yeah, that's the meme one,
They
isn't
go
it?
head to head
Yeah.
with the Goliaths. These are the Forge Smelters. Goliaths, the House of Chains, known for their sort of industrial power, and all of these like heavily muscled, stim enhanced warriors.
Said
carrying
heavily
weapons
muscled
which
with
have
a
an
lot of
industrial feel.
enthusiasm
Still got
there.
heavy stuff right at the back. But there's loads of other weapons that might be less familiar. For example, you've got the Crumper Riveter Cannon on the right-hand side. The Lady Goliath is holding that. You've also got things like the Servo Medicae that you can see on the Goliath at the
They
front.
do look good, I will say.
One is
Mm.
Chem Slugger. There's loads of different things going on so that you can
There we go.
either add these to an existing Goliath or
I like
just
it.
use these as your first ever Goliath. I really like the Ignition Cannon that's on the left-hand side. 2 fantastic gangs. You also find inside the box absolutely everything you need to get started playing. So you have the
Strong-
gaming map,
strong
the
hero
measures,
posing,
the dice,
Colin.
templates, all the cards and bits and pieces. You have a full rule book. You also have some terrain to position your gang behind to start playing your games. Essentially, this is a wonderful way to kick off.
Blackstone Fortress
Never
butt
played
plug.
before.
Wow.
You
The
enjoy
plug
the new edition.
broke before the guard did.
So,
What?
Here you can see
What?
like a close-up on
The
some of
plug
other things as well. There's really a lot to enjoy here.
Froggy
in,
called
these
me a
gangs.
swear
You
in
can
the
look at back
British
of the box, you can
Museum.
see it all
What did
sorted
I
out,
say to you, Andy?
Yeah.
running around,
It began with a G.
full to the brim of
Oh.
Necromunda stuff.
Had 2 G's in it.
There's more to.
Well, there was the
come
one with
in
the
this new
G,
edition than
and the
just
one
this.
with
It's
the
worth saying
and
that,
the one with the N, and the one with the P.
Necromunda, the thing that makes
the one
it so
with
exciting
the-
is
and then the
this
one with the
continuous war between the great gang houses.
Just
Then it
all
was just
of them.
hand signs.
All
after
in the
that.
span of 2 minutes, and I was like, "That's
At the
excessive."
same
Yeah.
time.
Essentially, you have the
Yeah.
Warlocks, the Vansars.
She said one of them in
Warlord, the
binary.
Lack,
I was very upset.
Escher, and Goliath.
dear.
I was just surprised you kicked him full force in the
These are
nuts
unhyped
right in the
boxes.
corner and just left him
Well,
to cry.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help it sometimes, you know.
Brilliant format.
Yeah, everyone else was queuing up to do it.
Entire Underhive crew of your own. I'm a big fan of Necromunda.
Could be worse. She cast a hex on Hal in a Weatherspoons.
And I looked at the
You
Underhive
can't
crew and
win.
was like, oh, that's a like essentially everything.
can't
you
walk?
need
I can't
really
walk.
full
Jesus.
on crew. Things to talk about quickly while we're here. So obviously this box contains everything. If you just wanted the Necromunda rulebook, say you've got loads of Necromunda stuff and you don't want to buy any
I won't buy the
the
Necromunda
core box for
rulebook.
some mad reason, then you can just buy the Necromunda rulebook. This is a large hardback book. It's just packed with
It's a
lore
large
and
book,
rules
guys.
and all the good things that you would want to know.
Hard.
About
I'm just saying,
Necromunda.
do an annual. Oh,
And
he's
it's been
going up.
revised. They've
Going
made
up.
updates to the rules to
Good
sort
boy.
of streamline things.
So good.
Every role feels like it really
Be
matters.
brave. That's it.
Games are very
Oh,
exciting.
you
I'm
good
really
boy.
excited to sink my
Eyes
teeth
up.
into it.
Yeah,
Russell's
If
on
you've
the
got an existing
podium.
gang and you want to know where you find the rules for that, there's two
Oh,
more
baby.
publications coming along for
You'll
you.
get your
These are Gangs of the
clever boy.
Underhive, which deal with those 6
On the
gang
limelight.
houses we talked about before, along with various hangers-on and hired guns. And you've got Gangs of the Outland, which deals with those gangs and sort of Necromunda denizens.
Mine was an
operate
Amazon
operate
chase.
outside of the normal sphere. Things
That
like
I
the
found.
Ironhead Prospectors or the Ashwaste Nomads. And you'll find their
Good
rules
boy.
along with the various hangers-on in those books. So essentially, pick up the
Oh,
core
the
book,
Nepalese
pick up
place
the
is
gangs
delivering.
of the book that you need, and you are good to go with Necromunda Skirmish. Still more.
You're my good boy.
Really useful to have on the side of the table. You've got the core gang tactics cards. I find having like physical things really useful when I'm playing Necromunda. It's a very tactile game. And you've also got the scenario cards, which help organize your campaign and get your games flowing really nicely. Also,
Surely
if you wanna,
40K
like,
Space
enhance
Marines
your
is next.
battlefield, get your game going. There's an enormous range
Big
of
crescendo.
fantastic Necromunda scenery and
Yeah,
terrain.
I don't think there's
The
much
Zone
else they
Mortalis range
can
is big and
stall
beautiful,
with.
and there's an addition to it now with these Factoria pipes. You'll
An
find
hour and a
some
half of
Factoria
edging.
pipes inside that core set, and there's
Yep.
even more if you buy this Factoria
I'm edged out.
box.
Maximum edge.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things.
Edge
about
maxing,
Necromunda is
if
when
you
start
will.
to see people like
Mm.
really lean into the scenery, and they've got
boy.
their zone mortalis bit, and then they start building up, and you get the pipes and walkways, and you can have like fights across the gantries, and you can shoot people down from higher up, and all that sort of good
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. My favorite games in Necromunda are always the ones which played on multiple levels, and you can blast someone off a 12-inch high precipice. And
Well, the first-
I do like a bit of ash waste every now and again, though.
Yeah, yes, I agree, but there's something I like. I
There is
remember-
something cool
I
about
remember
like
the
having a
first
little
time I
cross section of
saw-
a city.
Yeah,
you know,
I saw that for the first time, and it just blew my mind. If you've never played Necromunda before, this really is a perfect jumping on point.
So hold on.
It's
So
really
we've
exciting.
seen
Ask
a
any
lot of
Necromunda fan and they will,
Necromunda.
like,
Well,
get
recently we've seen some
enthused about
Necromunda.
it,
We've
how
seen a
great
lot
it
of
is.
fancy, a
And if
bit
you're an
of the
existing
new
Necromunda fan and you're
Armageddon
looking for new
stuff.
challenges, that's just really great because the rules have been tweaked and
Nothing's
streamlined.
grabbing
There's gonna
me.
be new secret stuff.
It
I
seems
mean, it's
like
more
a
than
lot
I
of.
thought it would be, to be
It's
honest.
going to be a good time to be fighting battles in the Underhive. The narrative that's been unfolding.
My expectations are always
Chaos Warriors
rock
are cool.
bottom.
Done with, and I'm really
So
excited.
what
to see
the
what this
ogres were
response
cool.
for
The
Necromunda.
chaos,
Take it in this new
like
era.
cavalry,
It's
were
gonna be
cool.
Yeah.
And we are still
There's
not
more.
done. Yep,
Oh.
we are sticking around in the 41st
They're
millennium.
edging us.
Well, I'm
We're gonna go
sweating
to
my
Warhammer
tits
40,000
off here, mate. I hope
with
to
this.
God.
Kill team. There we go.
Oh,
Someone else
wait.
like Kill Team Media.
Yeah.
Is this Exodites? Was it Katachan?
Must be Catachan, surely.
After
Well, this
years
also looks
of
like
searching,
Indiana Jones.
What
Yeah.
a weird kill team
we're
trailer.
closing in on something unseen for decades.
Yep. Exodites, finally.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, he's going to do a.
Oh,
Gonna
them!
Never mind. Okay.
Man!
Russell is so excited. You excited,
Oh,
Russell?
that's sick.
Wait, a kill team that's all mounted?
Dragon. Dragon.
The hunted dog.
Holy hell.
Wow.
Okay, okay, so
This is like their way to like hedge their bets. Like put it in kill team.
Who would have
If
had
people buy a bajillion of these, we'll make an
Exodites
actual
on the
army.
2026 Warhammer
God
Brigade
damn.
But fair enough. Make
This
it.
is a super exciting box set.
card? Really, right?
This is awesome. So obviously, every time we have a new Kill Team box set, it's very exciting. This one, I think, it will be particularly
Only
interesting.
3
not
like
just for
Eldar
Kill Team,
models though is
for fans of Warhammer
wild, but
40,000. Exodites are one of those
It's
Yeah.
here.
last untapped
But
awesome
yeah.
bits of Warhammer 40,000
I'll
lore.
take
Whenever
what
we
I
get
can
to kind of,
fucking get, man.
Unveil a cool new corner of the millennium. It's always very exciting. I think Exodite absolutely fall into that little corner.
If you don't know what Exodite is, very briefly, when the Eldari Society was starting to sort of way back before the fall, starting to fall into decadence and depravity, the Exodites were like, no, thank you
Three's
very
more
much.
than zero, yeah.
Society, and they settled on places.
They look sick.
They said it couldn't be done. It can.
Maiden
Worlds, beautiful jungle planets.
Oh, wait, never mind. The
Rich
look on the
flora
table
and
was quite a
fauna,
lot of them, actually.
and full of all sorts of weird, wonderful creatures.
Absolutely.
And then when Eldar Society was destroyed
Yeah, there's
in the
6 on
fall,
the table.
the Exodites were one of the few remaining bits that were left.
But they only have
now
one
in
of
the
the
41st
orcs.
millennium, they have these
And they got
pockets
some
of idyllic
dogs.
beautifulness
So I don't know
across
if they've
Warhammer
just got
40,000.
two
Obviously,
two
Warhammer
boxes
40,000
and got all the
There's
invaded.
probably a
Exodites
war
and
There's
two
always
Oh,
boxes
made
and
the
then
two different
this one.
variants.
so whenever their planets
Yeah.
are invaded, they have to defend them with whatever tools they can find
My report
available.
card.
And the closest thing
Oh,
available
Dad.
is giant reptilian beasts that they can ride into battle.
Should we have a
and
look at the
crush their
models?
foes with.
So yeah, here we go. These are the Exodite Dragon Masters. Eddie, this is a very unusual kill team, right?
Yeah, so this is a kill team first and foremost. It is really kind
No,
of
they were
weird,
like,
really
it's on
fun,
the
unusual kill
website
team.
somewhere.
It is effectively 3 models and 2 little hangers on, so it's immediately very, very elite. In terms of how it plays in kill team, it plays in a really interesting and unique and unusual way.
I gotta admit,
All
I
of your
really like
units
the
have
clean
APL,
Jedi Guardians of the
4,
Temple look.
which is wild.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Kill team, so you can do
Bit of
all
brown,
sorts
bit
of
of
cool
gold.
maneuvers.
Yeah.
They are very, very
Where's
fast.
your
as you
yellow
can imagine,
lightsabers,
faster than
fellas?
anything else in kill
They got
team.
cousins. Fair
They
enough.
can leap up across
And there's that
bits of
lady who's
terrain.
like,
So
my
if you think that your
lightsaber
sniper
is
at the
a
back of the
gun.
battlefield is
Like,
nice and safe,
oh.
perched on
Maybe
his
not.
ruin.
You know the
Again,
lady's
because
if it isn't
the
in
giant
the
reptilian
archive.
with an Eldari warrior
Oh,
flash
no,
racing
she
towards you,
did
ready
make
to chop
And
your
she
head
has
off.
a gun.
You have 3 very different kinds of characters in there. Effectively, you've got a warrior archetype,
I was
a
all like,
mage archetype,
I'm
and
so
a
clever, I'm going to
sniper
write a
archetype.
screenplay
And
about
they all
Star
do
Wars
very
where the
different
main character
things
has
for
Tom
your
for
box.
Yeah,
lightsabers.
so
I'm
here
like,
you, on the
Force
screen, you can see
Unleashed,
the
that
3
lady
different
had
ones laid
Tom
out.
for
Essentially, you have the
Shit.
Clan Blade, which is the close combat one.
You need to have
the
like
Lay
a thing that
Stalker,
goes
which is the one
out
with the
that
sniper
supports
rifle,
the arm,
and then you have the
so that-
Stone Singer, which is the Exodite.
so that
who
the
focuses
metal
on the
pushes the
pure
metal.
armor.
Oh,
And then they also have these little beasts that run around
coming?
with them, and those are called Dracolites.
oh you
Yeah.
okay?
And they look
Careful,
familiar
baby.
to, if you know kind of
Okay.
how Eldar Craft World work, there's a little
You
bit
wanna
of
go
Warhammer
down?
to this one. There's a little bit of the
You go
Farsight
down?
to this one.
Absolutely.
There's
You
a
want
little
to
bit
sit
of
on my
the,
lap?
the
Okay,
kind of
you're on my lap.
Ranger. So they have a kind of common
God, they
ancestry
are
You wanna go
cool.
with the Eldar
Okay.
of the Craft Worlds, but they have gone off in a slightly different
He
sort of
does not
cultural
like going
direction.
down the
And the
stairs.
biggest
He's a bit scared of
difference
it.
really is that they've
Going
died
up,
on the back
he's
of these
fine.
cool reptiles.
Yeah,
But a really
Careful.
fun kill team, a very different kill team. And I think probably going to be a very popular kill team as well.
yeah, absolutely.
It's not the only thing you get in this box. You've also got a bunch of orcs in here. The way that the
And
orcs
some
Oh,
what they
yeah,
call
they've
it,
already
case
been
bikes.
out.
is a little bit like the Red
Snakes.
Terror set that we
Mm.
had recently, where they are effectively non-player
Rocking the
operatives,
Titan-
and
rocking
you
the
play-
Titanfall
you
paint
play a
code on
bunch of
their
different
armor.
games against these either as a one-player
Yeah,
or a
it's like,
two-player series. There is a campaign in the box which tells the story
Titanfall
of
is
an
so
orc
good.
war which has landed on this planet. The orcs, who
I
are
Prestige
beast
up to
snaggers,
a
basically
sniper
find a
one,
world
it's
full
like,
of
I'm not
monsters, and they're like,
sniping
"This
no
is a
one.
paradise.
Prestige
Look at all
9
these-
is fine
look at all
for
these
me."
giant beasts we can hunt." The Eldar are obviously much less keen on that than the orcs, and they have to try and drive off the orcs. So you can play
Oh,
through
that's
this
cute.
campaign.
Little cute
The little
boy.
guy.
All the stuff in this box.
He's-
you can
where's
also use
Boingo?
in Warhammer
He's holding a little nail.
as well.
Yeah, just to give a shout out to that Kill Team Exodite book, it's really cool. I got to have a look through it the other day. It's got great lore in it. There's stories from the perspective of the
I wish they
Eldar
would just
Exodites. There's also
have an alternative
the
where I don't have to
campaign
play
has
the
some great
rules
missions in it.
lore.
There's guides on how to set up
But
your
oh
maiden
well.
battlefield to look like a maiden world. It's a wonderful book. They've done an amazing job sort of bringing this to life.
Yeah. Worth saying, one of the other ways that you can build up the kill team that you get in this set is as another unit, which is called the Dragon Knights. These are the archetypal, I suppose, the closest thing we've got to the classic version of an Exodite, very reminiscent of some of the.
So this will be the one people
Warhammer
actually
40,000
play
art
in
from
like,
some of the early
the
editions.
40k version.
This is effectively a
Then, like, just
fast
standard
cavalry
40k.
unit of Exodites riding
the
on
kit
those huge
bash
reptilian
potential is
beasts.
pretty massive
And they
as
work a little bit in game, I suppose, like your Shining Spears, where they could charge in. They actually have laser lances, which
Even
is
the,
same one that
lances you
Shining
could do,
Spears have.
what's
So they
the,
punch pretty hard,
the
but as well as the rider on
Eldar-
back fighting,
You've
who's a
also
good
got
fighter.
a crazed
fighters who use
reptile
the
beast
lances on
helping you
speed,
fight,
don't
right?
they?
Absolutely. So they hit really, really
Shining
hard.
Spears.
They're
You could do
like-
Shining
they're not
Spears with
super
those.
durable, but they're a little bit more
They're
durable
cool.
than some of the other kind of combat units you might find.
My
in
could
foot
even
bucket
just
has
have
been compromised once
sort of
again.
unit. I think you will see
The
it
one and do
dotted
like
around
I
very
noticed this
well.
time.
King
battlefield
Lord.
and Eldar armies quite soon.
Oh yeah,
The other
Tristanza, yeah.
forces in this box, the
You could use
Dragon
one of these guys
Masters,
to make
you can
him.
also use in Warhammer 40,000, and the way that they
Backbite,
work
baby.
is that each one is effectively an individual character.
like
in
him.
the Eldari army. So you've got the kind
He's
of
cool.
lone op sniper. You've got
God,
your
they
fast
are
moving
good
you've got a kind of
models.
buff support piece. So
Here's one for you, Froggy.
effectively, this
Take
one
500 points from
Kilty
GW.
provides you with 4 different data sheets.
Wait, why?
Warhammer 40,000 Eldari armies. It's
Because-
a really flexible little
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't know.
clump of stuff that you can add.
Oh,
into your,
I see.
Eldari
Sorry.
force.
Yeah, so Kill Team Exodite contains 3 Exodites and 2 Dracolides.
About the same goddamn thing.
Obviously, these models will be available separately
Did you
down
see?
the line.
Did you
so
see?
you
I
can
Did you
did
see?
in
Did you
fact
see? Did you see? Yeah.
That's
in fact.
completely legit. There are loads of reasons that an Eldari force might have Exodites in it as well. When you
He's
look
still
at
dipping
the
it, yes.
Eldari,
While they're having a
Craft
chat,
of Beltan
let's
is
do some
so,
donuts. How do you want to start us off,
affronted
please?
at the state of the Maiden Worlds.
Beach man from Sweden, good to see you again, man. Member for 26 months, hell yeah.
Obviously,
Assembling
I'm
IKEA
gonna-
furniture in
you
30
travel
degrees
around
not
the
recommended.
way
No, it is
you
not.
visit all the Maiden Worlds on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
it's one of the main
Donkey
reasons
Man,
the Eldari
I wonder how many
have
rats
conflict
I
with
can
other
mush
races,
into
right?
this
They don't
titan.
seek it out
What a
particularly. but
sentence.
one
That
of
was
the things that
earlier,
they
yeah.
have
Do you want to read this
cultural
one?
association with these planets, and whenever anyone invades, it's
tell
almost
them
like
British
it's sacrilegious,
people
right?
the
This
whole
is the
Protecting the last true
Absolutely,
ancient
yeah.
Eldari.
Really,
It's
Spider
not
Dad,
small,
Spider
Sorry.
siblings, the
Eldari
kill
will be
team.
involved in quite some
What?
ways, but, the craft will
Priorities.
The dinosaurs?
can't really
Grim
wrong,
Instinct
wrong
2.
species.
Now expand them into an army and I'll play Eldar.
Yeah, absolutely.
How
It's
this
worth having a
last
little look
one
at the
from
models, I
Goober?
think.
Andy
here
and
we have
Colin are such a cute
stump
couple.
beast
Tenor
snagger,
by Goober.
of drafted
They are
in,
cute.
Suppose, and then you can
With
get
a
sense of the
Sailor
scale
Moon
of these things when
PFP,
you
no
bring
less.
The Exodite up alongside. They're lithe.
God, they are quite
look really muscular, but they're
dainty,
still
but yet they're also
impressive size models.
big.
And I think they're going to be quite.
Pancras
popular with
okay?
people
He's
who
okay. I've muted them while they go through the donations, so I
Yeah,
can
I mean the models are
Twitch chat.
beautiful. Like I think I
We
really
finished.
like the leader
That's in
unit.
particular. That
Yeah,
is,
the
let's
I
get
want
leader
all the
of
food, but I've just put my
Dragon
foot in a
Knight
piss bucket
is
again,
just
so I don't know.
Really,
The
really
piss
excellent.
bucket?
I think
The
just
what?
straight on
Oh,
post.
Is this what
sorry,
Beachy
I
was
thought I was
using?
muted
a
on
few
here.
of those golden
Sorry.
beans and things. He's got that
Wow.
beautiful
What is the
background
piss
artist,
bucket?
which is
No,
lending
you
itself
weren't,
to
actually.
So-
kind of whatever showing off painting scheme you'd like to have a go at. The reptiles they're riding themselves.
So
you
I
can
have
use
a
foot
almost
bucket
any
under
colour
my
you can imagine,
desk
right? They've
that
all-
I
the
fill with
Warhammer Studios
water
done
so
for
I
some
can keep my
really
feet
cool, vivid colour
cool,
schemes.
so
You
I
can
stay
have
cool
anything
while I'm at my
paintbrush you
desk.
can paint these days. I think
The
they're gonna
kitten
be,
peed in it last
good
time
and
I had
can't
one,
wait to see them.
Wow.
and I didn't
Absolutely.
notice for a few days.
As I said before, like,
She's
you
done
have
it
these
again.
guys from the
I
country
thought I
that-
had
I
like
think at least 3 people
increased
get
Well,
security
you get to
and like
Well done
kept
you if
the
you get
cat
well played.
out of this
I'm
room
delighted at this.
and everything.
They've existed in the
No,
lore for such a
she-
long
she
time, and
managed.
it's really exciting.
Piss bucket.
She knew what she was doing, the kitten.
This is the first time
I've
we've
now
had this
removed
Exodus
the bucket
in
once
plastic,
again.
and kind of the first time really we've seen them properly.
I think there was like
crazy.
one
Like-
little shred of
like
cloth
a little,
on one of the Corsairs.
maybe
Had a bit
an
of
old
scaling.
little metal one for Epic.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Back
Yeah.
in the day, and other than that, they've existed in the stories.
Show me the
That's what you
Space
should call
Marines
your
so I
own.
can go into cool air.
What a happy time. We're very
Froggy, you
excited.
should call
And
that-
also,
you
the
should
love
call
and
your, like,
passion that's
donation
spilled out of
goal,
Warhammer
the piss
Studios. They
bucket.
told us about them. We've just been
True.
infectious.
It
So,
fills
hopefully
up
you're as
as you
excited
get the
about
goal.
things as we are. 'cause
I
they're
did
very
find
Inside joke.
a
Um,
pedicure
what else is there to
bucket
say?
thing that has
We
a
have
lid, and I
come
put it on
The
my
what?
wish list.
There was a lot of stuff, Adam.
It's like
It
a
was a lot of
pedicure.
stuff, and we
It's a
said it was
foot.
about
It's a
90
fancy
minutes,
foot
we're
bucket
very,
with a
very nearly
lid.
there. So thank you if
So
you
I
are
think
still
it's
with us
pretty
and
cat
enjoying
safe.
the Warhammer preview. It's been lovely to have you with us. I
Thank
should round
you.
up. There have been a couple of questions floating around.
Oh, they're
There's
done.
no
One of them
Space
I can do right
Marines.
now. Somebody asked in the
Oh
chat.
my
Well, they
God.
were Hal. They
What's the
were
cost of
repainted
Warhammer
blood
Academy?
angels
The
at the
cost is
start.
nothing. It is
There
Well, I
were-
guess they were
you need to
waiting for
log in
Exodites
and
to be
sign
at the
up,
end then.
but it is designed to help
Which is
you
cool,
get started
but it's
with,
also like-
your Warhammer journey. So it doesn't cost anything.
I think it's
Just,
kind of
join in and
underwhelming. It's
start
like,
learning about
cool, some
Warhammer and
Necromunda stuff.
honing your skills and gaining
Some
confidence
Exodites
as
were
you
the
do so.
highlight.
If you've got
Some,
more
like,
questions,
Warhammer Space
we got good
Marines.
news. A few weeks back, Eddie and I did a Q&A, and we had a nice time doing
Ogors
it.
were
So we're going to
cool.
do another one in a couple of weeks.
Some cavalry
So
chaos were kind
here
of
is an email
cool.
address appearing mystically on your screen. Quanda, that is Q&A at
Quanda.
preview.warhammer.com.
Ugh.
That is where
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
start
fuck that.
sending your questions.
Are we
Hopefully,
celebrating
Warhammer
Kwanzaa?
questions, and specifically about things we've talked about in the preview.
I mean, you can send in any question, but we'll only answer the Warhammer related
I
ones.
have very few
Kwanzaa?
specialist subjects, and most of them revolve around Warhammer. So, yeah, please do send us Warhammer questions to Q&A in a couple of weeks' time. We'll let you know closer to when it's going to be.
Basin
We'll
or
Mr.
go through
bucket.
Warhammer creators, how
best
make a
ones,
baby?
and we'll
I want
sit
to make a
down
baby.
and have a little session
I
where
think it would be
we
pretty
talk
hard if it
about
was a
it.
basin.
The first
that was
step
attached to a
I guess
wall.
is
all
to
that
be
remains now
financially responsible.
The first
You can't proceed to
get
the
as
next
far away
step
from
until
Warhammer
you've
as you
done that.
can.
All the people behind the scenes who pressed the buttons and moved the models around and made it all work. You
No
are
Space
champions.
Marines 2
Thank you,
reveals.
Eddie,
Sorry,
for
Space
knowing all
Marine
the answers
Bros.
and making
Oh,
it
that's
look
all
good.
right. I had a great time.
Oh, by the
We'll
way,
get a
Doug,
trailer for
Good
Space
night,
Marine
man.
3
We'll
at the
see you
end
very
of the
soon.
year.
Good
I
night.
played a casual game of
teaser.
like a rando as a Tech Marine on Space Marine 2 yesterday, and I got to wave 25, and I had 10,000 points left over. It was very good.
Oh, well done. On normal or hard?
Normal,
Oh, well done.
but it was only 2 of us, and I
Yeah.
did like 5 waves, and 2 guys who were level 1 quit. I'm like, you're shit, and then I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, fine. Yeah, that was reveals, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was all right.
It was better than I thought it would be, to be honest. My expectations would be like barely any new stuff.
Yeah.
So
Right, at this point,
It was only better because of the dinosaurs.
the Chaos Warriors were pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
if you're a solo 40k enjoyer, probably not your favorite, but
Well,
everyone else
you know.
was eating.
True.
Yeah, most people are like 40k enjoyers though. So
I'm aware, and I've spent the last 5 years bitching about that.
Yeah.
Sick. Oh Christ.
I know,
Well, we got
he's
X
old.
dice now.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think it was all right though. If you guys were listening and watching, thank you guys for tuning along with us. Hopefully, we
Appreciate it.
made it more bearable / less corporatized, and we weren't pissing you guys off too much. Too bad. If you guys, we'll be back to like normal stuff next week though. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I guess.
Yep.
Appreciate
And
you all.
thank
Love you all.
you, Forgy, for attending.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Made it through. We did it, people. We did
Yeah.
it. All right. I'll see you guys very, very soon. All right. Bye.
Bye bye.